Oh, ho, ho, baby. That dude is live and it's Friday night. So, you know what that means. And YouTube just sent out the notification so the entire Viper Nation knows that we are live. Woo! Good evening, internets, YouTubers, YouTube viewers, Vipe Nation baby. How y'all doing tonight? You know, as the title of the live stream says, it is Ladies Night Part 4. Part 3 was last week and it was very eventful. Shout out to those ladies for joining me last week, but we are doing it again. Now, some of you all might be wondering, Viper, why are we having 2 ladies' nights in a row? Let me break it down. The reason why we're having 2 ladies' nights in a row is that when I put out the original tweet, about a month ago, trying to gauge interest for ladies' night, I got more response than I was anticipating. The tricky thing is that, as most of you all know, StreamYard, the live streaming software that I use, only allows me to have 5 guests, including 6, including myself. So it only allows me to have 5 people on here at a time. Well, when the streaming software only allows for 5 people at a time, and I got like 12 women responding, it kind of creates a problem. So instead of like leaving people out, I'm like, you know what? We're going to split this up into 2 weeks. We're going to do it December 6th and the 13th. So, ladies, pick a date that you're available and we'll make it work. So, we're back again for part 2. And that is why we are having 2 ladies' nights in a row, because the response from my tweet was kind of high. And that is the interesting thing about YouTube and Twitter in general. Not only was the response high, I got responses from women I've never talked to in the creative space before. And I'm all about meeting new people, which we will do tonight. There are a couple of females on here that I have never talked to that are coming tonight. So it's going to be good. But let me shut up, because I only got out half an hour before they get here. And y'all know what's about to happen next. So with that out the way, current time, 6:30 p.m. exactly, which is the supposed start time of the live stream. So it's 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. That's right. Tonight, this is only on YouTube. I can no longer multicast to Twitch because I am now a Twitch affiliate. And that is not allowed as a Twitch affiliate. So no more multicasting. This is a YouTube thing, and we're doing it with Vibe Nation tonight. If you are a Vibe Nation veteran, if you're a Friday Night Vibe veteran, you know what I'm about to tell you next. If you're not, just pay attention. But for those of y'all that are aware, I'm going to need you all to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I will not be held responsible for what your neighbors or people in your immediate environment might think of you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. Oh, no. I'm not going to be held responsible. That's on you, not on me. That's on you. So this is the part where I'm going to need you to turn your volume down. Let me do the most electrifying live stream introduction in YouTube today. And then you can turn your volume back up. Now, what I'm going to do to spare y'all the crackle of the microphone is I'm going to turn my gain down, because I know the decibel level is about to go way up here in a minute. So we're going to turn the gain down a little bit, and then I'm going to get into it. So with the gain being turned down, let's go to work. Woo! Yeah, baby. Y'all know what it is. 18 people in the chat. How y'all doing? I see you. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live. Welcome to Friday Night Vibe, baby. Woo! Oh, yes. It is that day again. We are back. We are live on YouTube. All right. So, now let me turn the game back up since I am about to act like I got some sense in me right now. Before I get started, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. Assuming StreamYard can keep up because they're going kind of slow. But first on the list is Josephine Dishmet. Hey Josephine, how you doing? How you doing? We got Jay Brown out there. What's up, Jay Brown? How you doing? My dude, Lethal Emperor's in the cut. What's up, bruh? How you doing? And of course, Buzz 703. I don't think this will be a Friday Night Vibe without my man Buzz. How you doing, baby? And of course, 504 is in the cut. What's up, 504? How you doing? Albert Cervantes. Albert, how you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, we got the doctor in the house, Dr. Donna Walter. Hey, Donna, how you doing? How you doing? And of course, one of my guests from last week, the lovely Shannon Vlogs. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? And of course, I gotta have my head of security, El Jefe Review. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, baby? How you doing? We got Joan McCullough in the house. What's up, Joan? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Who else we got out here? Who else we got? We got my man from the UK, Marvin Wallace. What's up, Marvin? How you doing, man? How you doing? And we got Preston Stalk. Hey, Preston, what's going on, man? And my man F. Nick is in the cut. What's up, F. Nick? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Who else out here? Who else out here? We got come on, StreamYard. Oh! Woo! We got Michelle Martinez. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? And Michelle, congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I told you would get there. You got there. You in the building. So shout out to Michelle. Woo! We got the man who rants about tech in the building. Let me go back up. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I just saw him. Where'd he go? There he is. Trenton Marshall, a.k.a. Tech Rant. What's up, bro? How you doing? All right, we got Joseph Hardison in the cut. What's up, Joseph? How you doing, man? How you doing? And, of course, my man Genosis is in the cut. What's up, Genosis? How you doing? And we got Piscian Zeno. What's up, Piscian? How you doing? And, of course, we got to have the Sultan of Audio himself, Podcasted. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, I just thought, where'd he go? 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 Oh, Slaw OTF. Hey, Slaw, how you doing? And thank you. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. A lot of you all were here on Wednesday night when it was my actual birthday, hanging out. I appreciate y'all showing up, rocking with your boy. All right, who else got? Who else got? Who else? Oh, we got the Mac Daddy himself, B-Mac. What's up, B-Mac? How you doing, man? How you doing? And that is it. All right, I think I covered all the intro. Oh, no. We have visitors from down under. My man Doug Houston from Australia. What's up, Doug? How you doing, man? How you doing? Is anybody else on the StreamYard is going uber slow? And I don't know why, and it's kind of annoying. But, okay. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think I hit all of y'all. I truly think I hit all of y'all. So, yeah, I think we're good. Okay, yep. I did not miss a single soul, amazingly enough. Okay, so, as just like last week, ladies will be here in about 25 minutes. But before we get to the lady tonight, I gotta give the respect and pay due where it's due. Shout out to my man, Lou from Unbox Therapy. My man put out a 31-minute video today highlighting all the backstory, drama, and explaining all the criticism that he's been taking over the launch of his later phone cases. I'm not sure why it took 2 videos, but who cares? I'm not worried about that. What I appreciate is that he attacked head on all the criticisms that we've been levying at him for the past week. He attacked them head on in his video today. So shout out to my man Unbox Therapy. He took 31 minutes to explain why he took down the Pataka video on their YouTube page. He explained why he privated videos on his own channel. He explained how he came up with the how he came to decide on the design of the cases. He explained, and rightfully so, that Pataka wasn't really the first with the Aramid fiber design, even though Pataka is mostly well known for that particular design, but they weren't exactly first. But I just appreciate the way he broke it all down. And like I said, I appreciated the way that he didn't really dance around anything today. He attacked every criticism head on. And I got nothing for it, but I can't talk. I got nothing but respect for Lou after his video today, man. Shout out to Lou. I got so much respect for Lou after today. I ordered a later case for my Pixel 4 XL. So at some point in the future, I will have a later case for my Pixel 4 XL because I don't really have. I think I got like one case for the Pixel 4 XL, but I ordered a later case. It'll be here in about a couple of weeks or whatever, so that's cool. Although I don't think I'm gonna get it until next year because I got it delivered to my job in 6 days. I'll be done with work for the year, so probably won't get it till next year, but whatever. But yeah, I got a later case on deck because I respect what he did. I respect him attacking his criticism, and beyond all that, I really I just appreciate the way he's attacking the launch in general. Like, he has 15 million YouTube subscribers. He could have just launched the case and just not gave a damn. But that's not how he's attacking it. This dude is on Twitter talking to any and everybody who will listen, and he's responding to videos about the case and things like that. He is actively looking for feedback and criticism of his product, and that is a big respect to him for actively looking for feedback and criticism about his product. It showed me that he genuinely cares about these cases and that he wants the best customer service experience possible. And shout out to Lou. Earlier, when I ordered my later case, earlier this afternoon, I ordered the wrong case. I ordered a Pixel 4 case instead of the Pixel 4 XL case. So when you get the confirmation email after you place the order, there's an email to email support if you have any issues. So what I did, and shout out to my man That Talk Tech for pointing it out to me, I went to the bottom of the email. I shot them an email. I'm like, listen, I needed to order a Pixel 4 XL case, but I accidentally ordered a Pixel 4 case. Do I need to cancel my order and return, or can you guys just swap it out and we can be done with it? I sent out that email, and I kid you not, less than 5 minutes later, I had a response. And not only did I have a response, I got a follow-up email in like 6 minutes that the order that I originally placed was canceled. So the guy emailed me back. He was like, yo, Viper, the best approach is to cancel your order and then reorder the one that you want. So that's what happened. They canceled my original order. They refunded me the money. And then I went ahead and I ordered the case that I actually needed. So shout out to my man Lou, Unbox Therapy, the whole squad over there for having excellent customer service. I know they're going through Shopify. Definitely legit. And I look forward to getting one of the later cases and seeing just what they're all about. So again, I know everybody might not agree with what he did and the tactics that he took to launch his case. I know I don't agree with everything, but I can agree, or I can respect him explaining everything, him attacking all the criticisms head on today. And I doubly respect the fervor and the tenacity that he's attacking as far as providing that customer support and looking for that feedback about his cases. So shout out to Lou. Now, I see Shannon says that she will watch my review. I don't think I'm going to review the later case just because I think we are all way, way over it by now. I don't think we need another video about the later case. I'm basically just ordering it because I'm supporting him and I want to see how good it is. So I placed the order, but I don't think I'm going to be doing an actual review on it unless, you guys really want me to. But right now, I don't have any plans to review it on the channel. Not really. To be honest with you guys, I'm kind of doing. I've done a lot of case reviews this year, and I'm kind of tired of them. So right now, I have no plans on reviewing anything on the channel. But if you want, let me know. And yeah. Lethal Emperor said Kevin Costner will not be proud of the later case. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that Kevin Costner bodyguard status on the later case. This is more of a fashion accessory. But hey, Lou did the damn thing. He launched it. It's out there, and now we just gotta attack it how we attack it and go from there. But I have no plans on doing a review or covering it on the channel. It's basically just to protect my Pixel 4 and just move out. So with that being said, it is now 6:41, and damn, that went a lot quicker than I thought it was gonna go. All right, so yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Genosis said, Zach, shout out to my man Zach Talk Tech. He did an excellent comparison. Actually, him and Matt Mona both did comparisons between the Pawtucket case and the later case. Zach actually interviewed everyday people in the street for their opinions on the later case and the Pawtucket case. So again, shout out to Zach. His video was very good, very well done. If you guys want to get a direct comparison of the two cases, I would highly recommend going and checking out Zach Talk Tech. He did a follow-up video today interviewing more people in the street So Zach is definitely, he has his ear to the ground of the average consumer in the streets here, getting thoughts and opinions on the later case versus the Pataki case. So shout out to my man Zach Talk Tech. And it's cool though because you could tell from watching Lou today that he has watched these videos and he is taking feedback and cue from the video, especially Zach's video. I know firsthand Lou watched Zach's video, his original video, because some of the points that Zach brought up in his video, Lou brought up in the video today. So shout out to Lou for paying attention and taking the feedback and going from there. Since I didn't quote on, man, you got to go watch that. Josephine, hello, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? So, with that out the way, this is usually the part of the live stream where I tell you all who's coming on the show tonight. So, some of the ladies that joined me last week are coming back tonight. My friend and creator, entrepreneurial badass, Alex Gastonway, will be here soon. So Alex can come back. She was here last week as well. Mrs. Romina, who put on a show last week, is also coming back tonight. So shout out to Romina. And Audrey Ember, the fiery one, is coming back tonight as well. So shout out to Audrey Ember. She will be back. I also have two more ladies on deck that I have never talked to before in my life. And they're coming on the show tonight. First off, we have the lady who runs the YouTube channel Atola Visuals. I was watching some of her videos today. Holy Lord, that girl is a cinematography filmmaking beast. Her name is Kitty. So Kitty from Atola Visuals will be on the show tonight. Interested to talk to her because, like I said, she made some badass content. Girl is legit. And also, I have another female in the tech space doing YouTube videos. Her name is Shannon Morris, and she makes videos about traveling and tech. So shout out to Shannon Morris, another Shannon. So we have another Shannon coming to the show. You know, we can't have a ladies' night without a Shannon in the stream. So Kitty and Shannon both will be here momentarily. And now let me do what I do and send out these links, and then they can just get here when they get here. Y'all, let me go here. So I know but yeah. Yes, that's right. Yes. I appreciate that, Michelle. Yeah, I try to get many people to come through as possible. I invited Jacqueline from Nothing But Tech to come on tonight, but she couldn't make it, unfortunately. But one day she's gonna figure it out. And one day she's gonna come on here and hang with your boy. But tonight is not the night. But I got 5 ladies coming here to talk to me, and I'm looking forward to talking to them. So let me send out the link to the group and get them in here, and we'll go from there. What's going on here? Why, if my MacBook Pro freezes, and I just updated to the latest version of Catalina. There we go. All right, here we go. Here is the link. All right. Okay. And let me see if I can tag people in here. Can I tag people in here? Oh, it's not gonna be tagging me. All right, so I'll do that I will do that on the on my phone, since for a reason on the computer I can't tag people. What is that about? I don't understand that. And booyah. All right, so now they have the link. And let me go down and find Shannon. There we go. And now Shannon has the link. And boom. All right. So now we have links. Yo, tech rant. All this Apple software got bugs. It all has bugs. iOS 13 has bugs. iPad OS 13 has bugs. Catalina got bugs, bruh. Yes, they all got bugs. Hey, Joan, I will definitely be providing links to the channels in the description. So definitely be on the lookout for that after the stream. And yes, there will be links provided for the ladies' channel. And if I have mods in the chat, hopefully the mod will be sharing the link to their channel throughout the evening in the chat too. Oh, is that painfully on a tech? That is. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? How you doing? All right. So the links have been dispatched, and we are going to wait on their arrival and go from there, because that is what is going on. All right. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna let that rock. So yeah, let's see. BMAT said couldn't export video this week. Glad latest macOS update seemed to fix a lot of problems. I sure the hell hope so, because I ain't got time to be not being able to export videos. I got videos to do, bro. I got videos to do. And Jason is toilet squad ready. He is toilet squad certified. I see you, Jason. I see you. Oh, shout out to the jokes. Shout out to my man Janosin for rocking and supporting the merch. If you guys want some Viper merch, like I happen to be wearing tonight, I got the Man About Tech hoodie on deck. Hit the link that Janosin just pasted in the chat about the merch, and you too could be dressed like Viper. um, Super chats are open if you guys want to super chat. If you don't want YouTube taking 30% of your super chat, what they take 30% of all super chats, there is a buy me a coffee link in the description if you want to do that. So buy me a coffee only takes 5%. So if you guys want to donate and not have your donation be hammered by YouTube and their tithes and taxes, then you can buy me a coffee. Jillian is waving. Hey Jillian, how you doing? How you doing? Let's see. So Patina says this research on iMac, OS, High Sierra, Mojave, Catalina, all named after films and songs. Actually, they're all named after places. They're not. I don't think those are not films or songs. They are all named after actual places in the U.S. So, Mojave, actually, yeah, Mojave, Catalina, are I think Catalina, well, obviously Mojave is a desert. Catalina is an island. Sierra, I think are mountains, maybe I don't know, but those are all places and things. Those are not. I don't think those are films and songs. But yeah, cool. But all right, let's see. What we got going on? So how y'all doing? How if you did you all have a good week? Uh, oh, that's funny. Michael Pepper just asked the same thing in the chat. I had a very good week. Like I said, I just celebrated a birthday on Wednesday night, so I'm a year older. So your boy Viper's still here, getting it done. 1 year older. So yeah, I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing though? How are you all? How are you, Vibe Nation? How was your week? Did you get all your Christmas shopping done? Because y'all know it's about to get crazy next week with all the last minute shoppers out there. Y'all, oh man, if y'all haven't got it done yet, y'all better hurry up and go get it done because y'all gonna be out here with the crazy folks. Mia Diva. Hello, Mia. Hello. What's happening? How you doing? El Jefe approving of the guest. Shannon and Kitty are definitely legit. Oh, you met Shannon. Oh, nice. Nice. That's what's up, El Jefe. I need to like go through El Jefe before I bring ladies onto the stream. Like, yo, El Jefe. Is she cool? Is she good? Is she good people? Have my security screen everybody. Have them screen everybody. Everybody. Nobody gets on the stream without the approval of my head of security, El Jefe review. uh Josephine put me on spot, put me on blast. Said, yo, Viper, you said some reason said you should come on my stream, but I'm not sure if it was you or not. Josephine, I did say that, and you should come on my stream one day. Unfortunately, tonight it's not the night, or maybe I don't know. It depends. It depends on if people come in or not, and what happens. But Josephine, if not tonight, then we will definitely have you on the stream at some point. It's harder with you guys that are overseas and things like that. Cause I know it's like sometimes it's like very late at night or very early in the morning for you all. So the time zone difference is kind of crazy. Cause I know I go later on and you guys are like knee deep into the early morning hours. So, but don't worry, we will work it out. I am off for a week coming up here soon. So I can do live streams earlier in the day. So if I got some international people that have never been on a stream with me before, in about a week or so, I can definitely get you on here because I will be off. So I can pretty much stream anytime I want. Because I'll have a week. I got a week and a half off at the end of the year. So yeah, that's going down. That is going down. What did I just see? I just thought something. I don't know what I just thought. Oh, shout out to Calvin for the coffee. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I don't know if I have. I don't know if they give me your actual thing here. Let me see. Let me go back here. Okay, nope. I just thought. Where to go? Oh, 504. Okay. Oh, man. 504. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm giving away trade secrets. So let me stop. So while I'm waiting for people to come in here, had an interesting chat with John Prosser earlier today. I don't know if he's watching it or not. He probably is. Or I should say listening and lurking. He's probably lurking. But I had an instant chat with John Prosser today. So I have John Prosser's phone number. He has mine. We're good friends. We text sometimes. And it's funny because I always make fun of John for not answering my text messages. Um, so I texted him earlier today about something, I don't know, and he didn't answer me back. I didn't really think nothing, I didn't really think anything of it because he rarely ever answered my text. But about maybe 20 minutes or half an hour later, he hit me up in a Twitter DM. He's like, "Have you got my text?" I'm like, no. And he was like, "Damn it." Come to find out, every time John Prosser texts me, it's been going to someone else not named Viper. So what? I don't know what's going on here, but apparently, speaking of the devil, and he shall appear. John Prosser, what's up, man? Yeah, that was a very interesting conversation that we had earlier. Uh, when I text him, he gets my text, but when he texts me, it was going to someone else, and someone else not named Viper. So that was pretty hilarious. Luckily, we were able to figure out the fix for the issue, so we are good to go now. But how I don't even know how long that's been going on. Like, who knows? Because there's, like I said, John Prosser, it's not like we text back and forth every day. So there's no telling how long that's been happening where his text to me have been going to somebody else. But finally, we figured it out today and we got it situated. But damn, luckily, me and him don't text any not safe for work conversational activities. Otherwise, somebody might be like, "What the hell are they talking about?" Yes, Trenton, iMessaging was not just working for the last week or so between me and John. It's not happening. Luckily, he didn't text anything like toilet squad. And everybody would have like the other person on the other end would have been like, "What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean toilet squad? You texting me this?" But yeah. So Jonathan, if your text was looking like it was coming from someone else too, I sent you the screenshot so bad. Yeah. Yeah. It was just it was some freaky stuff, man. I don't know how that happened, but it was freaky. But like I said, I'm glad we were able to get it resolved because that was kind of weird. I mean, like he said, he sent me the screenshot and I literally saw my text being looking like they were sent from someone else. And I'm like, I sent that? That person did not send that text. I sent that. What the hell is going on? So yeah, iOS 13 has been all types of messy. But I mean, are we surprised? Are we really surprised? Oh, so James has a good question. He wants to know, have I gone to the Starbucks in Chicago yet? Funny you should ask me this because I was there 2 weeks ago. I was there. I wanted to go in, but the line was around the block, and I did not feel like waiting for an hour to get in there. So I have not been inside yet. I've been out. I was right outside of the store, but I have not been inside of it yet because the line is crazy. It's like it's literally crazy. I think it's been over for it's been over for a month. And even a month later, you still have lines around the block trying to get in there. So I have not been in there yet. And yeah. Oh, Josephine is going to see what I'm talking about. It's 2 a.m. in Belgium. Oh my lord. Josephine, thank you for staying up and hanging with your boy. I appreciate you. You have a good night. And like I said, one day we're gonna get you on the live stream, Josephine. Me and you're gonna bring up a chat, no doubt. Podcasting with no, did you watch a Friday the 13th movie yet? Because it's Friday the 13th, and which is your favorite movie in the series? Ooh, man. Now, I love these movies because I think Jason is my favorite horror slasher killer. As far as favorite movie in the series, I don't know. Like, it's so many good ones. Man, I think I know that the Jason in Space, that was trash. Jason versus Freddy was pretty good, but I don't know if I would call it my favorite. Maybe oh, you know what? Probably part 7 with the girl who had telekinesis. Part 7 was pretty good. I like that one. And I think maybe either part 4 or part 5. I think so. Part 4, 5, and 7. I think are probably my favorite. And Jason versus Freddy was pretty good too. But like I said, that Jason 10 or Jason in Space, that was trash. And that the remake that they did was pretty good too. That recent reboot, that Friday the 13th reboot, that was good too. So it's been some good movies in the series, but some of them have been absolute dud, like terrible. Um, Michelle, yeah, that Starbucks Reserve, that thing is huge. It's like 4 floors, and it's on the corner of Michigan Avenue, and I forget the other street, but it is a big Starbucks. It is the largest Starbucks in the world. It's legit. Like I said, I haven't been able to go inside. Mia, we are talking about a Starbucks, which is I'm pretty sure you know that Starbucks is a coffee chain, but in Chicago, they just built the world's largest Starbucks, and the reserve part is they have a floor to where they actually brew the coffee on site. So they actually brew the ground beans and things. They brew it on site at the reserve there, and on the ground floor is the regular Starbucks store. So that place is huge. BMAC, BMAC, BMAC. I would almost have to agree with you here if you don't count Halloween 3, because Halloween 3 is absolute buffoonery. It's absolute trash. Stop it. If you take out Halloween 3, we can have a conversation. If you actually think Halloween 3 was something, get out of my live stream. You got to go. You get kicked out. I'll have LFA kick you out of my live stream if you think Halloween 3 was good. It was trash. That movie wasn't even part of the series. It was some dumb spinoff monkey crap. Good lord. Donna, that Starbucks is not open all night. I don't think so. I mean, it probably actually, you know what? Since it's downtown, it's probably not even open late. But yeah, not open all night. Yes, Shannon, you should definitely take a trip to Chicago. And if you come to Chicago, Shannon, I better know about it. That's all I'm saying. I better know about it. Woo! Thank you, BMAC. I'm glad we agree. Halloween 3 is definitely not a part. We don't count Halloween 3. We don't do that here. Ah, that's right. El Jefe's on deck. I'm not gonna highlight your comment, but knew you. Yes, I have seen the video that Lou put out today, and I liked it. Like I said, I don't know what more you all want from him. He tackled every criticism that we levied at him in today's video. There is nothing more that Lou could say after today's video. It's it. At this point, it's time for us to move on and be done with it. Like I said, you don't have to agree with how he launched the cases, but the dude attacked every criticism. He answered every question that was asked of him, and they're out there now. There's nothing else to talk about. The cases are out there. You can make the choice whether or not you want to support him. I mean, it is what it is. He's not. I mean, it's not like he's gonna wither and go away if you don't support his case. The dude is the largest tech YouTuber on the platform. He's gonna keep on keeping on, man. It is what it is. But I mean, y'all got to get over it, man. It's out there. I mean, it's like the F-Files. The later case is out there, and there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, it is what it is. And I was satisfied with this video today. Let's see. So, Josephine is out here talking crazy. Talking about how her being on my live stream wouldn't fit my brand. Somebody tell Josephine that this channel is not about brand. This channel is about bringing people together. I don't know if you watch or not, but I'm the man about tech, right? I do videos on tech. I don't always have tech creators in these live streams. I have creators from all niches in these live streams, man. I've had filmmaking. I think I've had beauty creators in here. I've had like business and entrepreneurial creators in here. I've had creators from all over the creative space on this live stream, man. I'm here to bring people together to talk about whatever they want. So it doesn't matter your niche or your background or what you're doing online. If you're cool and you want to come have a chat with me, my stream is open to you. So it's not about being on brand. The only question is, are you willing to come on and chat? That's about it. Not about brand. We chilling, we hanging out. But it is. Oh yeah, a podcast just did he did a cringy video. I haven't watched it yet, but I think somebody in the chat said it was kind of funny. But yeah, it's as a creator, I mean, you have to be able to go back and objectively analyze what you've done, and you have to be able to laugh at yourself because if you can't laugh at yourself, if you can't take your own criticism, then you are in the wrong line of work, man. But yeah, podcasting is definitely legit. Alan Osborne, what's going on, Alan? How you doing, dude? How you doing, Alan? How you doing? So It is currently 7:02, and I told all my lady friends that they could arrive anytime after now, and a couple of them are running late, so that's fine. I ain't going nowhere. It's Friday night. This is what I do. For my regulars, you all know that these live streams can go long sometimes. When I say long, they go long. These live streams have been known to go entire work shifts. That's how long these live streams can go. And if you don't believe me, just go look at some of the past lengths of these live streams. They have gone 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. The longest one went 9 hours. So your boy Viper can hold a live stream for a long time. So I'm not going nowhere. Y'all could be a few minutes late. Y'all could be a little late. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere, man. If I really want to stay long, I'll just call in Roberto Blake and we'll go all damn night and then some. Y'all know my boy Roberto. We can go all damn night. So I ain't worrying about that. That's not a problem here. Y'all, like I tell y'all every video, you know where to find me. I'm being right here. Every Friday night, I'm right here. You know where to find me. So, I don't know how many of you are watching the Mandalorian on Disney Plus. I watched episode 6 today. I'm not going to get into it too heavy here because I got a whole rant coming about that entire series on my Mandalorian recap live stream at some point this weekend. But, boy, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Disney is doing with the Mandalorian, but again, I will rant about that later on. But I have just been joined by my first guest of the evening. We have Kitty from Atola Visuals. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Good. Wow, look at your live stream. So crispy.
Well,
Jealous.
you cameras are legit.
Yeah.
What do
It's
you,
just my MacBook.
ah,
20, I don't even know. 2016.
yeah, we know these MacBook webcams are a little anthem time, but that's all right though. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But how you doing tonight though?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
It's strange, like, because I welcome anybody on these live streams, but when I reached out to some of my lady friends that have been on the past, you were one of the ones who were like, count me in, count me in. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this. I
I'm
don't mind
here.
meeting new people. You are here. I'm glad you're here.
And
So
my closet's open. Hold on. Let me fix that. It's ugly.
you might want to make sure Michael Myers is not hiding in there because we've been talking about horror movies today, and I don't want Michael Myers coming out doing a live stream and attacking you because we know Michael Myers comes out of closets and stuff. So I don't want Michael Myers getting you. So make sure that closed and locked.
Yeah.
we don't need.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need Michael Myers coming after you. We don't need that.
So funny. How was last week's talk? I missed
Oh,
it.
last week was lit. I mean, like I said, I have 5 of my female creative friends in here, and we were talking about any and everything. It was cool. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching some of your videos today,
Oh, you
and
did?
I learned that you are from my city. You're from Chicago, huh?
I am.
Oh, and now you're in California.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get from Chicago to California?
Well, I went to film school, so I always wanted to move to LA eventually.
Ooh.
So it was just always in the back of my head. But I was in Chicago for like 24 years, and then I met my boyfriend in Las Vegas, and he lived in San Francisco. So then I moved over there to San Francisco, and then stayed there for 5 to 6 years, and then we moved to LA recently, like 2 months ago. So that's the story.
Oh. How are you liking life in LA so far?
I love it. It's warm. It's so nice every day in December, and it's
Is
not
it
cold.
is it as crowded as everybody says it is?
Well, I work from home most days, so I don't have to deal with traffic.
She's like, I am not about that life.
Yeah, I don't go out on the weekends. I spend the weekends like working at home. And then like all the chores we have to do, we do it like on the weekdays at off hours. So no one's there.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
You can't go to Costco at like Saturday or Sunday. It's insane.
No. No, not at all. You are absolutely right. You can't do that. You just can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I don't know much about you, but I know you have a film production company, but I'm more interested in how you ended up starting on YouTube.
So in San Francisco, I was working for someone full time. They're like a healthcare investor. So he had a lot of like talks going on and more scientific type of content. And I don't know. Me and my coworker just had a bunch of gear, and it was like the OG film guys back then, which was only like 3 or 4 years ago. And we're like, let's just like make some shorts and play with some gear and just have fun. So that's kind of like how I started consistently being on YouTube. But I feel like I've been posting on YouTube for like 10 years, but not
Mm.
consistently. So there's like 4 channels of mine where I have like random stuff from like high school or college films. But yeah, always been around the platform.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I've been watching YouTube myself for almost over 10 years now, but
Yeah.
I just started my channel 2 years ago. So YouTube is a wonderful place. It's brought a lot of different unique experiences, no doubt.
Mhm. Do you have old videos from 10 years ago hiding somewhere?
The only video that I put on YouTube before 2 years ago was a video of me dancing to Michael Jackson, and I'm pretty sure I took that down.
No, bring it back.
I don't know where it is. It was so long ago. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have any old videos. But
true. I have like singing covers
oh,
somewhere
okay.
hidden, but I don't sing, so they're really bad. That's what I watched YouTube a lot for, was like music and dance choreographies back then.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, back in the early days, YouTube was a lot for like uh how to do something videos or just watching music videos and things like that. It has definitely evolved over the past 14 years. It's been
Everything.
live. Yeah, now there's nothing that you can't find on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true. It's
So
very true.
so you've been on the platform for a long time, but you didn't really start taking it seriously. And I think you said until like what 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Almost 4 years now.
And congratulations on recently surpassing 60,000 subscribers.
60K kitty. That's what they call me now.
Ah,
Because
I
there's all
mean,
these things that I want to do with YouTube, and my friends will just joke and be like, "You're still 50K kitty. You can't do that." And I'm like, "Okay, well,
whoa,
I'll
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa, whoa,
50K."
whoa, no. Well, let's back up, because they might be talking crazy. So, what are some of the things that you are looking to do on YouTube or with YouTube?
Like bigger budget short films,
Mm.
stuff like that.
And well, speaking of filming and short films and things like that, got to bring in one of my other creative filmmaking badasses, Audrey. What's up?
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
How you
How are
doing?
you guys? I'm good.
Oh, we are being invaded full time now. Now, next, let me bring in one of the newer creators in the tech space on here on YouTube, Shannon Moore. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, how's it going, dude?
Good. How you doing? Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Good. Thank you so much. Thanks for allowing me to join your stream.
No, thank you. It's funny, Shannon, because I saw that tweet that you put out 3 or 4 days ago, and you were inquiring about why there isn't more collaboration between male and females in the tech space. And I agree with you. There's not much collaboration, but on these streams, I try to bring people of all like genres and things together. So I mean, I definitely welcome you on the stream. So glad to have you.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing. And Kitty and Audrey, it's nice to meet you both.
Nice meeting
Nice to
you.
meet you.
I love your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank
Your
you. This is like
background.
it's my favorite thing that I have ever purchased at a Walmart. I got it for like $1
It's
after
perfect.
Christmas last year. It lights up too. Hold up. I'll find the
What?
lights.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude. There you go.
Oh my God. That's
I am in the
amazing.
freaking Christmas spirit. Let me tell you, I am ready. Let's do this.
Wow.
Oh my God, it legit lights up. That is crazy.
It lights up. Yeah, let's see how long the batteries last.
Yeah. Love it.
Thank you.
All right, so they're saying in the chat there's some background noise, and I don't know where it comes from. If anybody has
It
anything,
might be me. Hold on. My computer has not been cooperating today. The fan is like going insane.
Wait, what you doing over there? Are you like uploading 8K films over there? What you doing over there?
No.
That's what she's doing. She's
think-
rendering content.
Rendering for sure.
I think if I did that, my computer would actually explode. Hold on. I'm gonna like switch the mic.
All right.
Oh,
Oh
it
yeah, that was
disappeared.
her. Oh no.
She muted the mic. That's why it disappeared.
Oh no.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
So-
what it was.
Yep. It's all good. It's all good. So, oh man, what was I was talking to Kitty about oh yeah, I was asking you, Kitty, what do you hope to do on YouTube? And you said short films and things like that, or bigger budget films, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, well, like that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, right? That YouTube is literally the land of opportunity. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever. I mean, you got bigger creators out there like in the tech space, like Jonathan Morrison shooting on red cameras and Marquez shooting on red cameras and things like that. So, and
yeah,
then you got
but you need money for those things.
I mean, right, but I'm just saying it's possible as a YouTube
It
creator. It is possible. I mean, you got Peter McKinney out here Peter McKinney shooting like whole short movies and stuff, man. So it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm a firm believer that anything is possible. So if you keep doing what you're doing, you should be able to achieve that. Definitely.
No, for sure. 2020, you'll see more short films.
Let's go. That's right. 2020 short film. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Audrey, how are we doing over there? Yeah, much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm scared they're gonna die like halfway through, but this is okay.
Well,
it sounds a lot better.
That's good. I was wondering if that was gonna be a problem.
So, Shannon, I'm glad you're here because I usually run a question by all my female tech people, so I'm interested to know your thoughts and opinions on this particular question. Now, like I said, it's funny that you asked in a tweet the other day about why there's no collaboration between men and female in the tech space. But my question for you, Shannon, is why aren't there more females in tech?
Ooh, that's a loaded question, I think. Well, I come from a hacker background, so I work with a lot of information security professionals, hackers. I go to DEF CON every year. And something that we've been seeing change in the past few years is the fact that there has been a lot more focus on, gender equality and bringing more minorities into the information security conferences and in that scene, and getting everybody equal treatment basically in the industry. And I think for a long time that just has not been something that was there. As far as like with tech YouTubers and women getting into technology, I think we see a lot more. We see a lot of gaslighting. We see a lot of attacks. We see a lot of trolling and harassment in the comments, and we see it in our workplaces. I've seen it in my own workplaces, and I think that it's hard to invite more women into the industry when that's still a problem. So I'm happy to see, like, from InfoSec. Security like conventions and things like that. I'm happy to see that that's starting to change, and I think that we're going to start seeing a lot more minorities getting into the tech space and the InfoSec space, but it's still going to take a while to get there. Just one of the many reasons why I don't think that we see a lot of women in the tech space is because of that, because we are treated very differently and we shouldn't be.
I agree. I think it is, it kind of messed up how some women are treated. I mean, based on things that have nothing to do with the content of what they can actually bring to the table, of their intelligence, their qualities, their background, their skills, like things that actually matter. A lot of women aren't judged by those things, and it's kind of sad. But as if I didn't have enough filmmaking power in the stream, I got to bring Alex G in here because we need more filmmaking power. What's up, Alex?
Yeah.
Hello everyone. How are you guys?
Hello.
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, it's a bit late.
It's okay. So was I.
Come on, Alex. You know how long I be here. I mean, there's no such thing as late when you come to one of my live streams.
True. Appreciate it.
So, man, yeah, like somebody said, I think Shannon, you just said it's a loaded question, but I know it's like so much to that question, but I don't know. It's crazy because part of it, I heard something kind of crazy that somebody said one time that women aren't really naturally inclinated to venture into tech, and that's part of the reason why they're not more women in tech. And I don't know if I believe that. I think
no. There's no truth in that whatsoever.
What was that?
I got that in a comment once, like on a video I made about why we need more women creators, and someone made that argument, and yeah, that's just not how it works. Like, it's not like it's a part of our DNA to not be interested in.
No, it's just like when you go to school, like if you have a counselor and they offer like job ideas to you, they're generally going to just put you into this gender bias and assume that you want to be a specific role that's been played for years and years and for decades and decades. They don't give you the opportunity when we're growing up, for example, to go into those more tech roles. I was very fortunate growing up that my dad taught me how to build computers when I was like 9 years old. I mean, we had a computer in my nursery. I don't remember that, but I have pictures, so I know it's true.
Wow.
And just the fact that I had that kind of mentorship growing up gave me those opportunities. So I know it was a possibility, but I realized that if he wasn't, giving me that kind of mentorship from such an early age, I probably would have been, stuck inside that female box that people put you in, where they're like, oh, you're really into, this. Well, you'd be great in HR or something like that. And I'm just like, no, I like building computers and playing on Linux. Like, let me do that. Let me do my thing.
Amen. Amen. And as if I didn't have enough filmmaking power, I need more. Oh no, Romina, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Don't be shy now, Romina.
Wow.
Don't be shy. She's done that call shy tonight. We know better, Romina. We know better. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing
Good.
good.
Thank you.
Good. Beautiful.
Doing good. Audrey, you just said that that's not true. So, I mean, besides the comments that you get, what is your experience about like female not being in like the filmmaking tech space? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, like I've been thinking / talking about this quite a bit, because of Create Her and all that stuff that I've started since like last year. But like the biggest thing for me, like growing up avidly watching YouTube, like a lot of my role models are like YouTubers, like growing up. And none of them are girls, from like when I was younger. Like I had to actively make an effort like 2 years ago to like, I was having a conversation with a friend and she was like, it's funny how all your favorite YouTubers are guys. And I was like, that's interesting. I never really thought of that. So I had to like go, and I found a ton of cool people, like Sarah and Lizzie, and yeah, I don't know. But I think like having those role models when you're growing up is super important to like, like you were saying, your dad was that sort of mentor for you. Like for me, I was inspired by guys like Connor Franta to like get started making videos, but maybe, I don't know, it would have been a lot different. Maybe not a lot different. I don't know. If I had like a role model who was a girl to look up to, maybe I wouldn't have had as many doubts about like pursuing this when I was younger. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point about having that mentor that kind of guides you towards that path. If that's something that you enjoy. Alex, I'm curious, how did you get into the filmmaking genre?
It's actually, I really don't have an exact memory of how it happened. My whole thought on this topic, I don't know where exactly we started, but it's very simple that representation matters. And that plays across the board, not just for women, but for all diversity, which I do think it's getting better. And I think, Shannon, you mentioned, having counselors and guidance, even as young kids, that's definitely improving from when I was in school, at least.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know how I necessarily got interested in film. I just remember that I loved going to the movies and I loved watching the trailers. So I always thought that I wanted to cut trailers since I was a kid. So I don't know. I definitely didn't have like a female role model, but yeah, we just need more of them because it makes it easier on young girls and young women to enter the field when there are like people in the industry already.
Yeah, I hear that a lot across different genres and jobs and things like that. So that is definitely a good point. Katie, I'm curious, how did you get into filmmaking?
I feel like I was inspired by my dad because he had every movie imaginable on a wall with like VCRs, and he'd copy them from like Family Video illegally. So don't tell anyone. But it was like, but it was like he's
Just
one of
tell the
those.
entirety of the YouTube
Oh
audience.
yeah. Well, there's no evidence now, but that's how he did it. We like just sit on the couch and watch movies all day, even like rated R ones when I was like 10. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I don't know. I've just always liked visuals, like moving pictures. And it's funny because when I was going to film school and like my mom would tell her friends what I wanted to do, and she'd just laugh at me and be like, "Oh, she wants to be a video director, ha ha ha." And then her and her friends would just kind of bash on me, and they'd say like, "Why don't you do modeling or acting?" And I'm like, "No, I want to be behind camera." But they just like didn't understand because they don't see like women directors or producers or whatever. So it's interesting. I feel like society definitely needs more of that representation to think differently too.
Hey, Romina, you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I got a lot of thoughts.
Let's go, let's go.
Spill
Yeah.
it. Spill it.
So I do agree with Kitty on the fact that society needs that representation. And I think I've talked about this before with Audrey. Like, I never felt like I couldn't do something just because my idols or my role models were male. And the majority of them were male. So for a very long time, I thought I wanted to be a cinematographer, and I wanted to DP films. But that quickly changed when I took my first acting class. And then I wanted to be Jim Carrey.
That's awesome.
But it wasn't because there weren't other female comedians. It's just that I really liked Jim Carrey and what he was doing. But to me, there was never a disconnect between like, oh, well, he's male and like he's successful because he's male, or like there isn't somebody else, there isn't a woman equivalent to Jim Carrey, so I can't do it. Or like it never hindered me like seeing myself doing that. But I will say that I also was very fortunate because I did have supportive parents, and my dad is an actor. And so like they understood the industry, I guess. But also like for them, it was like whatever I wanted to, like I wanted to be a veterinarian for like a week, and they were like, oh yeah, like do it. And then like the next week, like, you know, I wanted to be a tap dancer, and they were like, yeah, let's get you the shoes, like you're gonna tap dance. So like I just had very supportive environment. But I do understand that a lot of people don't have that kind of environment. And like Kitty kind of said, like they'll just reflect on whatever it is that they see, like the majority of it. And yeah, like a lot of people, like what they see is like, oh, you want to be a director, so you want to be like Steven Spielberg, because of course that's like, you know, the household name, and like everybody and their mom, like even if they've never, like if they've seen like 3 movies, they know who Spielberg is, right? But of course there's a bunch of other, you know, female directors who have done amazing work as well. And I don't know, I feel like I do agree, but then I also disagree just because of my upbringing and how I was myself, you know, like I'm always just like, whatever, like I want to do the thing, I'm going to do the thing. I don't care what anyone says. But yeah, I do think that representation is important across all the boards, not just in the film industry, but like in all industries, and, you know, across all ethnicities and races and genders and sexes, like everything I feel like is, definitely it does help to have more of that in the spotlight. So I don't know, I agree and disagree, I guess.
Definitely. Shannon, given the current landscape that we are in right now, how can we get more women involved in tech and wherever else it is that they want to get into, but they might feel threatened or feel not represented?
One thing that I've been really focusing on lately is just showing that representation. For example, what I will do is like advocate whenever I go to conventions for codes of conduct policies, and having some kind of policies in place that really explain and lay out, you know, what is harassment, what is, you know, targeted discrimination and things like that, and how conventions should be handling it. I graduated from college in restaurant and hospitality administration, so I learned how to run a convention, which is part of the reason why I never want to do one. Because it's insanely hard, and there's a lot of legalities and stuff that you have to deal with. So I would not want to run my own convention. Too much work. We've seen some fallout from other YouTubers whenever they try to run.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like, everybody's seen the failure of a con. And one thing I've been trying to promote in InfoSec, especially, is having a code of conduct policy, having something that's allowing more people to come to the convention and not feel like they're going to be discriminated against or anything like that. I've also been trying to show, by doing speaking gigs, doing keynotes and stuff like that, that you can go on stage, you can wear that pretty skirt, you can get your manicure done, and you can still talk tech and be taken seriously. And that's something I try to drive home every single time. Like, I get on a stage and I discuss content in any sense, whether it's InfoSec or YouTube, or whether it's like tech reviews, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So having that kind of representation, advocating for policies that allow people to engage in a comfortable, in a welcoming space, is something I've been really, really trying hard to do in the past few years. Because I got groped at a con once, and it was terrible. God. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. Won't go into the details, but after that happened, they put a code of conduct policy in place, and things changed drastically in the InfoSec scene after that happened. So I'm happy to be a part of that change, even though that was a horrible experience. I'm making something out of it. So I'm trying to just, be the person that can stand up for the girls that are just coming into InfoSec or just coming into the tech scene, and make it a more friendly space for them.
Definitely. I'm sorry that you have to experience that, but I think you brought up a good point, and I say it all the time on Twitter. If you want change, sometimes you have to be the change you seek. I mean, that's just what it is. Nothing's going to happen because you wish it or want it to happen. You got to make it happen, and the best way to make it happen is just to go out there and get it done.
Yeah. It's tough sometimes. Like, sometimes you just can't deal with it every day. I mean, everybody here knows, like, it's really hard having such a public persona or having such a public job where people judge you even though they don't know what's going on behind the scenes constantly. It's very, very hard. But it definitely helps to have like a support group of people who understand what's going on. And it's always really good to have people that you can talk to, who you can vent to. So that's something I try to do, is surround myself with positive people, so that never gets me down to the point where I just want to quit. I've been there, and it's a very deep hole to go down into. And I have tried to, keep the positive momentum going every single time that I'm doing my job. So it's been going really good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's so funny. Like, when I'm watching female content on YouTube, and I'm going through the comment section, especially on like I just seen videos where somebody do like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know tech, blah 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 blah. And I'm just thinking to myself, bro, I just think we'll run circles around you with her technology. What are you talking about? Like, oh my God, it's just so bad. Like,
yeah,
she
gets death threats. She said.
Oh,
crazy.
I don't doubt it. And I mean, Audrey had talked about comments that she's gotten on her videos. I think Romina gotten bad comments on her videos, inappropriate comments. It's just, it's terrible that some men just can't control themselves. But it's not.
Sometimes
ladies,
it's funny. You're just like, wow.
Oh yeah. The stupidity on the internet is like, it's limitless.
Oh God.
No, they can control themselves. This is 98% of the time they want to be a troll, and they want to see how much they can irk you, or like what they can get out of it, like whether it be like an angry response, or like your WhatsApp number.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh my God.
Well, if you ever need a hacker, let me know.
No, it's funny that
tricks.
It's funny that Shannon talked about that unfortunate experience she had, because I just saw that video on Twitter was 3 or 4 days ago about that female reporter who got some dude was running in a marathon or something and touched her butt. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh my God.
In his response, His response was really funny. He
What
was
did he
like,
say?
"Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I must have like brushed her as I went by." I was like, "I don't think so."
Oh, homie, no.
I'm gonna look this up later.
Oh, homie, no.
Dude, no, dude, no. And
Is it an
then,
actual slap or what?
no, yes, it was an actual slap. Like it was like what his intentions were. But I don't know why he tried to explain like he did. You knew what his intentions were.
Wow.
And then I probably shouldn't go into it, but I'll go into it anyway. We have our very own president belittling a 16-year-old girl. Like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah.
It's
Don't
just,
get me started on that one.
oh
My
man,
God.
I
yeah.
was so mad yesterday about it.
It's just so much stuff that you ladies have to deal with. But you ladies on this stream are a testament to how toughness and perseverance comes through, because regardless of all the obstacles and adversity that you all face, you are still here getting it done, kicking ass, and you are to be commended. Like, you are badass creators, business women, whatever it is that you guys are tackling, you are getting it done regardless of the craziness in the world. So shout out to all of you all for being here, getting it done regardless.
Well, shout out to you as well, Viper.
What I do? I ain't do anything.
Well,
Bring it together.
you're definitely being an ally to women who are in the
You're
industry with
hosting.
you. Yeah, you're hosting this awesome event, bringing a lot of us women together, which not only is influential for us and beneficial for us because we're making friends with each other. At least I hope so. But you're also introducing us to this new audience, to your audience. So you're doing us a favor, a huge favor, but you're also bringing some awesome content to your audience.
Yeah, I love to have these conversations. I mean, because these are conversations that need to be had. I mean, I remember last year I had to have a very, very uncomfortable conversation on this live stream when everything went down with Google or the father of Android, Andy Rubin. Shannon, I know you're familiar with all of that. I don't know how the rest of you guys, if the rest of you ladies are familiar with what happened last year with Andy Rubin, but yeah, we had to have a very uncomfortable conversation last year when that all went down, especially when we found out that Google knew what he was doing and paid him $90 million on the way out. Like, what in the wow? Yeah. So yeah. This stream has been hosting some interesting conversations. Definitely.
It sounds like it. I need to go back and watch some of those.
Oh man, that was rough last year. That was rough. Whoo, Alex, 86,400, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I watched that. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. It's
Wait, what happened?
My recent video.
Oh, what was it about? You
It's
must inform us. Come
the
on.
concept that we all have 86,400 seconds every day. So
Oh,
what are you gonna do with it?
When you break it down like that, it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I should be more productive.
No. See, she's being all modest right now. The way she actually like manipulated it, like just like twisted it. I think her original title or premise was like, "What if you had $86,400 in your bank account every day? What would you do with it?" And then she found a way to like craft a narrative to talk about how we have 86,400 seconds in every day to do what we need to do. So I see you, Alice. I see you.
I like that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, does this
That's a really
include
good one.
sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sleep.
Definitely.
Half
Depends
of
on how
them are
much
sleep.
you want.
All right, so Shannon, I got to go back to you because we got a comment that someone's a big fan of Threatwire. So I don't know what Threatwire is. So can you like educate me?
Thank you, Marcelo. Shout out to Marcelo for the shout out. Yeah, Threatwire is a show that is a weekly show. It's about 5 to 10 minutes long, depending on the news stories of the week. I usually break down about 3 different stories per week about security, privacy, and internet freedom. And then the show posts every Tuesday on youtube.com/HAK5. It's like Hack 5, but without the C. Don't ask me why the C isn't in there. I don't know. I've been with that channel since 2008, and I still don't know why. But yeah, it's been going for a really long time, since Edward Snowden first came out with his information back in 2012. And ever since then, we were like, wow, there's definitely a need for people to break down security and privacy stories in an easy to digest format that's not like so high level that nobody understands what the heck we're talking about. So that's what I do. I post Threatwire every week and break down that news so that I try to think of it like if my mom wanted to know what's going on in security and privacy, what would I say to her so that she would understand it and be able to digest it? And that's how I make the show. So very easy to watch and super exciting. And it's fully supported by Patreon. We don't have any sponsors.
Oh, that is pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
It's great. It's it allowed me to go full time on my own, and I work with a bunch of other networks and stuff like that too. But Threatwire is like one of my main sources of income with Patreon, and it's fully publicized and everything. I don't hide any of those facts, and it's been a very transparent show. It's been really like honest, and the audience has been really incredible and super, super awesome with feedback. So I love it. I love like geeking out about security and privacy. If y'all ever have any like questions about privacy stuff, let me know.
We'll let you know.
I'll be your girl. I'll help you out.
You know what? Since you talk about security and privacy, I got a very pertinent question for you right now, Shannon. Can Facebook be trusted?
Can Facebook be trusted?
Yeah, Facebook be trusted.
You know,
I know the answer. I want to know your answer.
The answer to that question.
I know the answer. I want to know your answer though.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Can I say that? I don't know if I can sit down. Hell no.
Yep.
That's it. Just a big old hand wave. Hell no.
That's the only answer, right? That's the only answer.
That's all you need to say.
Really?
No, I mean, Facebook's entirety is based on advertising revenue. Like everything about it is selling your data. Every single piece of profile information that you give them is used to sell more data on you. I mean, everybody knows about Cambridge Analytica and all the debacle around that, but they're still having issues with that down the line. They're currently dealing with legislation with GDPR in Europe. So no, don't trust Facebook. I have a Facebook account because it's the only way I can stay like in contact with friends and family, but I never post there. And my Facebook is just like, I'm married. I live in San Francisco. That's it. Like that's pretty much all I've posted. I never post any pictures there anymore. Nothing. I just got sick of it.
I don't blame you, but Shannon, I don't understand, Shannon, because I know these things, you know these things, but what makes Facebook think they can come out with a video camera and sell it to Mac consumer? Why? Who thought that was a good idea?
Oh no! Oh Lord, no!
I know, right? I know.
Don't get me started.
No.
I know. Oh gosh.
I know.
Oh gosh.
I laugh.
You know, Mark Zuckerberg is sitting at home watching all those videos. Just saying,
I mean,
my Starbucks.
You know what they say? What's understood ain't got to be explained.
I mean, you guys saw Mark Zuckerberg has a little tape on his own camera, like his webcam. He has a little tape on it.
Yeah.
Right,
so if Mark Zuckerberg
not to mention he has a trap door in his own office. When you got a trap door in your own office, you know you up to no good. I'm just saying.
There are definitely some problems there.
just a little bit. So Kitty, you did a video recently comparing the iPhone 11 to the Pixel 4.
I did.
You did.
It was like my first phone video, actually. It's interesting.
And also, what I learned in that video is that you carry a Pixel on the regular. So I'm curious to.
I do.
I'm curious as to your thoughts on the new iPhones this year.
Pixel sweat. Well, I tried it. So I bought it for that video, right? And you have like 14 days before you can return it. So I'm like, I'll give it an actual chance this time and see if I want to keep it. Yeah. So I made the video. The video footage is actually pretty good on that. I did like the wide lens on it. Yeah, I don't know. There was just like, it didn't, at the end, I was going back and forth like, oh, I'm going to keep it. No, I'm not going to keep it. Oh, I want to keep it. I don't. But at the end, I just returned it. And I'm like, it just didn't feel right. Maybe because I've been on Android for so long. There's just something, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's
the
funny
icon,
because
the look, like it's heavy, like just holding it in your hand, everything.
Yeah, it's funny because as a tech creator, we have these battles in our comments all the time about iOS versus Android, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But what I try to tell people is that you got to go with what's most comfortable for you. You got to go with what fits your workflow. If iOS fits your workflow, then you go with iOS. If Android fits your workflow better, then you go with Android. There's no right or wrong answer here, but you know, how people in the comments are. There can only be one. There can be only one. So they're gonna have battles in the comments regardless of what you tell them. But they're really, I mean, at this point, I don't think one is really necessarily better than the other person. They both do the same things. They just take
You
different
need
routes.
both.
Yeah. Or me. Oh, right. Get both. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For
You get
like
both.
app testing, I have like an XR, so
Okay.
I still need the iPhone around. But I have a Hackintosh, so I don't use like iMessage or AirDrop. So like the main features, I don't even use.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I appreciate that you do that, Kitty. Don't monopolize yourself. Like when you do that, you're just sticking yourself like with this monopoly with a company. And if you do that, you're disallowing yourself from opening up your wallet to a company that you actually want to support and engage with. So
yeah, because you're so invested.
props to you. Yeah, absolutely.
I try my best. Thanks.
yeah. I mean, besides, you really can't have an opinion on either or if you don't use both. I mean, you need to use both to get a firm opinion on both. I mean, if you don't use both, then how do you know? You can't know unless you use both. So, I mean, hey. Oh man, it's
one question that I've seen recently from quite a few people, either on Twitter or YouTube comments, is how do you afford to review so many products on a channel? Like if you don't have press contacts with people, and Kitty's life hack is definitely a thing.
Yeah,
don't do it too often though. I don't know.
No, don't do it too
often. Buy and return. Those are return policies.
It's funny because a lot of people look down on that life hack, but when you're first starting out and like you said, you don't have those contacts, you got to do what you got to do. So
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I've done it definitely, like absolutely. I mean, Amazon's return policy is great. Just say it.
No doubt.
It's wonderful. But you can also network. Like one reason that I started going to CES like 10 years ago is to network with all of these different brands and companies and find ones that will work with you so you can build that reputation with them. And just having like one or two to get started allows you to add that name to your resume so that you can go back to other companies and be like, oh, look at this awesome product review I did. Like I always review within 2 weeks, or et cetera, et cetera. But doing that definitely helps. Or adding things to a wish list, wink, wink, and, asking family for them and then reviewing it on your channel.
Exactly.
That works too.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go out and buy stuff if they don't send it to you. You got to go buy it. It is what it is. Hey, shout out to my man Zach Talk Tech. I can't highlight the comment because you use a sticker and StreamYard doesn't like stickers apparently. But shout out to Zach for the super chat. So thank you, Zach. I appreciate you. But yeah, when you first start out on YouTube and you don't have the contacts, you don't have the money. I mean, first of all, you got to review what you have. First off, I mean that's the most important thing. Whatever you got around the house, no matter how old it is or whatever the case may be, if you got it, review that and then build your skill, build your reputation, things like that. And then, like Kitty was saying, if you got to return something, you got to return something, but get the review in, return it, and keep it going, man.
Or resell it on eBay. I don't do that if a company gives me a gift. You shouldn't resell it. That's just kind of immoral. But if you purchase something and you can't return it, or if you don't want to, you can always resell it. Like there's people on Twitter that will buy your stuff. Or there's you can use eBay to your advantage as well, or Instagram as well, or marketplaces. Facebook Marketplace. Oh, God.
That dreaded Facebook. There he is. All right. Zach, again, with another super chat. That's right. Them stickers, man. Them stickers are crazy.
Hey,
but Zach, what's happening, man? Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Oh, El Jefe getting it on here. Okay, El Jefe, I see you.
Oh, El Jefe. What's up, kid?
My head security's in the building.
Shout out to El Jefe, one of my local Bay Area tech YouTubers as well. He does some great content. Check him out, y'all.
Yeah, he does. He does. El Jefe's legit. Yeah. Oh, somebody has a dog. Somebody didn't feed the dog. Somebody did not feed their dog.
Okay, if there's a dog, it has to be on camera.
True.
It's a rule.
Requirement. I have 2 cats. I don't know where they are.
Where are they?
I don't know.
My dog's somewhere. She's sick right now. She threw up an hour ago.
I can show you her box.
Can you just take a nap?
Oh, poor baby.
Call her puke monster. It happens often. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
She eats stuff outside. Never learns.
So we are fastly approaching the end of 2019. Kitty, you got any big videos left for this year? Or are you crew controlling into 2020?
No, I got videos that I need to finish. The holidays don't exist for content creators. I feel like we're like working extra hard the last 2 months. And then like January, maybe I'll take it a little easy, but who knows?
Can you tell us what you're doing, Kitty?
Oh, camera reviews. I believe I'm working on the 6600. So a few years ago when I first started YouTube, me and my coworker did this video called like Cliche, and we took like all the, the shots that you see really, really often and like shot it. So I'm kind of going to do that for the 6600 and see like the most used shots, like the very cliche shots that you see. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, I know you do a lot of camera content, Kitty, and I think you use a Nikon. Is that your brand of choice, or do you like Sony or Canon or Fuji or?
No, I'm like very inclusive. So we have Sony, we have Fuji, and recently I've been shooting on Nikon a lot more.
Ah, okay.
And then now we're back on Sony for the 6600. So I don't like to just like pigeonhole myself to one camera brand or company. I like to try them all.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Especially if you're into cameras like that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that.
Because they're all different. There's no one perfect camera. So.
Hey, Alex, are you still using the A7 III or have you moved on to a different camera?
No, I'm still on that A7 III and the A6400.
A7 III life, baby. A7 III is life.
I am all into the Sony ecosystem. I'm like fully in there. So,
Shannon, what camera do you use?
In my studio, I use the A7R2 with a G Master. I think it's a 16-35 lens. It looks incredible. I freaking love the thing. Investment though.
I still have my R2. Still using it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I mean, I don't see a reason to upgrade if the thing still works perfectly fine. I was like, okay. And they keep their value too. So if I ever want to upgrade the body, then I can. So I use that, and then I have a old Sony RX100 Mark V that I use just for like vlogging and day-to-day stuff. That's about it.
Awesome.
I'm in here.
Romina, what do you use?
I use the Sony A5100. That is my one and only camera that I use for everything.
Nice.
Hey, I
simplify my life. I'm like, one thing, done.
Hey, I use my A7 III for everything, so I'm right there with you. Oh man, what I was about to say. Hey, Alex, the A6400. A lot of people have been saying that the camera's not really all that great for vlogging. What are your thoughts on that?
In terms of the screen flip out placement?
In terms of the like rolling shutter, no ideas, things like that?
Well, I don't do a lot of vlogging, so I'm not often like walking with it and shooting.
I found your channel because you do a daily vlog. What are you talking about?
That era is over. You know that, man.
Era.
Yeah, but you can't stand on out of existence, Alex. It was there. It's still there on the channel.
It's true. I used it for vlogging in Iceland and Faroe Islands and Norway this summer. I just have yet to cut that footage, so I don't really know how it turned out.
I'm here to do my New Zealand coverage. Oh my god, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, hours and hours and hours, and probably. I think I have like 4 terabytes from that trip. So.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Wait, are you filming in 4K?
Nope.
What? That's all 1080 4K.
Wait, how long were you there for?
3 weeks. It was a 3 week.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Wait.
That totally makes sense. So.
You have 4 terabytes of footage and you shooting 1080p?
Yep.
Damn.
She was there for 3 weeks. That's a lot.
I mean, I think there were like a few clips in 4K, but not very many.
Just footage, right? Just video files.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about photos? Did you take any?
Oh yeah, I definitely took photos. Yeah.
How many terabytes? This is it, man. This is terabytes. That's how we classify stuff.
It's like 4 terabytes total. I don't know. The difference. Well, I know the difference. I don't know which one is which in terms of how many photos I have in footage, but yeah.
Kitty, can I just say that I love your hair? I'm sorry, I'm changing the topic, but like I'm just noticing that your hair is blending with the background, with the light. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Of course I did.
Kitty's hair, yeah, it's so pretty.
Is that like a setting on like your hue light? Just
It's
like
not a hue
my
light.
hair?
It's like an RGB. Changes, well, I guess there. Could be any color.
The answer that she meant to say was she did it on purpose. That's what she did it on purpose. She did.
Yeah.
All right, so I think
Sorry, you can go back to talking about cameras.
I think it'll help in driving. But if you're buying a computer, can you put the link to their channels in the chat for me? Or if I have any mods out there, can you guys put the link to the channels in their chat? I will definitely include the
I
link.
tried to post links, but I couldn't post links.
I put everyone's channel name.
She did.
Cool.
Yes.
When the stream is over, I will definitely have those links in the description and things like that. But if you guys are modding out there, if you can do that, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So Shannon, I know you're going to CES. Are any of you other ladies going to CES this year or next year? I should say. Kitty, you're going to CES. Okay, cool.
First time. I'm excited.
First time.
I don't even know what to expect, but I've been NAB. I'm sure it's crazier than that.
I got you covered. I'm gonna film a CES for Noobs video.
Perfect.
Yes, because so many of my friends are going for the first time this year, so I was just like, I need to make sure they're ready to go. And I get tired if the same person or like multiple different people keep asking me the same question. So I was just like, I'll make the video. You'll be ready to go. It's gonna be good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I wanted to go. I tried to find a sponsor, but it didn't work, so I can't make it this year. But one year.
Yeah.
So Shannon, you said you've been there for like 10 years, right? You've been
this year will be 11. Year 11. Yeah.
Wow. What is your favorite things about CES?
Nothing. No. I hate Vegas. I get sick all the time. There's smoke in the casinos. Everybody's drunk. People are yelling at you on the street. It's hot. And then it gets cold at night, super cold. So you have to wear and nobody wears deodorant in the convention show floor. Like, oh my God. Good Lord. Like 1 year I had a friend who gave out deodorant.
Wow.
It was just like, here, have some swag, and just handed it out. It's like, yeah.
Now, did they have their brand name on it? Because I feel like that would be a really great way to promote your business.
They did. Yes, they did. He was a hacker though, so it was his Twitter handle, but it was for his business. So it worked really well though. And I was just like, every single booth should have something like that, because just handing out deodorant, man, that's the way to go.
Wow.
Yeah. Ethnic says sounds like a gym. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's really fun. It's huge and amazing. And there's so many different tech products to see. I think my favorite thing about CES is just the networking opportunities. Like that time of year is when I always see the most subscriber boosts, and I see really good viewership on my channel. But I also get the chance to network with so many different companies that, when you're emailing them online, they don't really know who you are. But when you're in their face and you're actually talking to a person, you can make that connection. And if you can really get that going with somebody, like in the first 15 20 seconds when you meet one of their PR reps, you can make a lifelong connection with them no matter what company you move to. So I think that's my favorite part of going. That, and a lot of my friends here in the Bay Area, we're just too busy to cross over the bridge, so we never see each other.
That's so true. But yeah, when I used to live in SF, no one hung out. We're just like, you don't do that.
Yeah, you live in SF, no, you never go to Oakland. You live in Oakland, you never
go
to
far.
SF.
It's 20 minutes.
I have a friend that works at Twitch, and she lives in Oakland, so she goes into the city. But that's about it. That's the only person I know that actually goes into the city every day.
It's $6 bridge
I see them. I know, right? It's too expensive. I do see my friends at CES though, because we all go to the same press event. So we'll run into each other and be like, let's grab a drink in person and actually catch up, since we never actually take the time to see each other, even though we live 40 minutes away.
That's funny.
It's terrible.
Now, Shannon, do you go to the CES parties?
I do. I have a friend that works at CNET, so he's got me an invite to the CNET party. I didn't get to go last year because I was drunk, but I did. I do intend to go this year, so that'll be fun. There's a couple of other. I think there's some YouTuber party happening on Wednesday, and there's a tech reward show happening on Wednesday as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there's 3 different press events that happen Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. each night, and they serve like free alcohol, and some of them give you food, which is great because you never have time to eat at CES as well. Pro tip. So yeah, generally you don't sleep. You go to a lot of parties. I am looking forward to the Wednesday night parties though. That sounds like it'll be a good time.
So
But
in
usually
your
I'm working so hard. It's really hard to go to all the parties.
so I gotta ask Shannon, in your 10-year experience, which company throw the best parties?
That's a good question.
That is a great question. Yes. I usually don't go to the company parties necessarily, but last year I will say Alienware, I guess you should say, Alienware had an excellent party. It was at the bowling center. I forget what it's called down in Vegas. It's right next to like Yard House and all that good stuff. But they had a big party. They brought in a band, an electronica band, and they had like a bunch of gaming rigs all set up, and they had this huge dance floor. And I somehow made it like into like the front area of the stage where you were not supposed to go, but it took a while for them to kick me out. So I got some really awesome footage of the band, even though I wasn't supposed to, which was fun. So yeah, Alienware did a banging party. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
So for those of y'all who want their links, since it's currently pasting their channel links into the chat. So click on them, check them out, get subscribed. You will not be sorry. I promise you, they're legit. They're legit. Do that. Janosin's her channel is called Atola Visuals. Let me put it in the chat here. That's why you can't find
Where's
it.
the chat? I don't even. I'm trying to find it. Fail.
So yeah, if you search Atola Visuals, you'll find her channel.
Yay!
Yeah.
So yeah, now we got links in the chat for you guys, you ladies. I can't tell you guys, you lady channels. Yeah, like this.
Ooh,
So Miss Romina being all quiet tonight. What do you got going on for the rest of the year?
Oh, I'm quiet because I'm looking at the chat.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I gotta stop interrupting you.
Trying to find this chat too. I'm on your channel, but I don't see it.
What channel?
Kitty, what's your YouTube channel? Genesis is having trouble finding it.
It's Atola.
Oh, never mind. He found it.
Okay. I can write it in as soon as I find the live. The live's on your Viper YouTube channel, right?
It's on Viper.
It's on another channel.
Oh, it's on another
channel. Go to the Twitter. Go to his Twitter. He posted a link to it.
Okay.
I also just tagged you in a post with the link, so you can just click on it.
Yeah, I have 2 YouTube channels because YouTube doesn't take kindly to live streams. So I made a second channel for live streams. Yay, YouTube. Yay, YouTube.
Smart man.
Hold on.
So Shannon, you were talking a lot about privacy earlier. So I'm curious to get your thoughts on COPPA and its ramifications for YouTube moving forward.
Yay! Oh man. What a headache that's been. I've been a little stressed out about COPPA, the Children Online Privacy Protection Act, I think it is, from the 90s, which is now affecting social media, even though it's a really old law. Yay! So that's always fun. Yeah, I do a Sailor Moon YouTube channel. Are there any Sailor Moon fans in this room? If you are, subscribe to Sailor Snubs, SNUBS. Yes, it's a thing. It's totally a thing.
Oh, you do a Sailor Moon channel. Oh, Lord.
I am take a group photo. Hold on. Smile.
Hey.
Okay, thanks.
Ooh, Shannon Vlog says, I love Sailor Moon. Thank you, Shannon Vlogs. Another Shannon that likes Sailor Moon. Yes.
Twins.
Sailor Shannon, what's up?
So, Shannon, do you think COPPA will have an effect on your Sailor Moon channel?
Actually, it might, yeah. Because Sailor Moon is an anime, which the FCC might consider to be just a cartoon, designated for children, even though it's based on an anime that adults now watch. And there's a lot of adult themes in the show, which I'm not sure if they would actually take that argument seriously. So it's something I've been seriously considering. Like, should I just, mark the entire channel as being for kids, or should I just turn it off and then make a disclaimer? I have been watching. There's a lawyer that Roberto Blake talked to recently.
Ian Cornzine. Yep.
Yeah, and he was talking about there was some line in the COPPA argument that may work for me. Like
Yes. Your channel is considered a mixed audience channel,
Yeah.
basically for adults and kids. And obviously, actually, mixed audience content does not fall under the COPPA guidelines. So theoretically, your channel will be okay. However, YouTube doesn't give you that option to label your channel as mixed audience content. So that's where you may have an issue. But
yes,
I am pretty sure if enough people raise hell over this, YouTube will have to go back and revise their whole way of handling that, because obviously there are a lot of channels out there with mixed audience content that need to be taken into consideration when we talk about COPPA and what is legal and not legal.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because you worded it way better than I was going to. That's exactly my concern. Yeah, you voiced exactly how I feel about it. So I'm really hoping that YouTube will work with us content creators who have those kind of mixed audiences, because it's very stressful to think like, I just monetized my Sailor Snubs channel this summer. I just started that thing last year. And like, it's kind of a hobby for me, but I would love it if I could actually, make some kind of profitability from that channel, because I'm reviewing Sailor Moon merchandise. I don't want to like spend my life savings on Sailor Moon. Well, I kind of do, but just saying, I would like to actually make some money back on that channel, given that it's kind of a little passion project of mine. But
right,
we'll see if that is a possibility. I mean, hopefully they would take that mixed audience thing seriously, because that is my biggest concern.
Oh, they're not gonna have a choice but to take it seriously if creators are aware. I don't know how many creators are actually aware of the of that caveat of the COPPA guideline, but if they are, or if they become aware, there's going to be a lot of hell raised about that.
Yes, it's absolutely true. So I'm raising hell for sure.
Oh, of course. Hey, Audrey, what do you got going on? What do you got going on for the rest of your 2019? Anything big coming down the pipe, or are you done for this year?
I don't know. I'm always kind of working on something. Like, I have a video coming out tomorrow that I'm excited about. I have to finish that tonight at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I have like 3 more videos that I really want to get out this year, and then we'll see. But I'm thinking of doing like a 3 video a week challenge in January, so I'm probably gonna not do anything else for that entire month.
No sleeping.
Start early.
No. Oh my god.
I have a question for the ladies, as well as you, Viper. How do y'all do your scheduling for content creation? Do you use Trello or something similar to that?
Oh my god, don't get Romina started.
Go for it, girl. I am looking for ways to schedule my life.
All right, so I use Trello.
Mm-hmm.
I am a huge Trello advocate. Like, if I could make out with Trello, I would. Sometimes I do, but what I do in the privacy of my own room is,
I don't judge.
But so what I do is I have different columns for. I'm just going to show you. So I have
a screen share. Too much info.
I have different columns for. So first of all, okay, let me show you. So this is my Trello. So I have a lot of different boards, and so of course I really love neon. So I try for every background to have some kind of like neon thing behind it. So
that's a lot of boards.
Neon all over the place. Yes, all of these boards are for all of my different projects. So like I have Red Romina. I have an ASMR channel that I'm starting, Remote Romina, which is a channel that I'm starting in January. That's like for remote work and freelancing and stuff like that. So basically I have a whole bunch of stuff like in personal projects like Create IRL, which is the conference that I created. So I have a bunch of stuff. But as far as like videos, when I go to Red Romina videos, I have like a bunch of different columns for the different types of videos that I do on my channel. And so like I'll have, like lifestyle, I have travel, I'll have collabs. I have like a step inside series that I do on my channel sometimes when I remember that series exists. And so basically when I come up with an idea, I just put cards on the on the list. So you can see this one's like really long because I just like toss stuff in there. And then as like time becomes available, it's like as I make, time to make videos, then I'll just come back to this. And it's like, I can never be like, oh, I don't have an idea. I don't know what video to make. I don't know what I'm going to do, because like I have like 100 ideas that I've just written here. A lot of them are just ideas that I just came up with like randomly, like while I was sitting on the toilet or whatever. And they might not be that
place
great
to come up with ideas. I mean, let's be honest.
So it's like as far as like ideas, like I have a bunch of them, right? So I can't say I don't have any. I would say probably not all of them are great ideas to actually execute and like make a video, and they might not be, like a good thing to like make my channel pop. But they're there. So as far as like what I really love about Trello is that I can set like due dates to them, like to each card. So what I do is, for instance, back in December of last year, I did Vlogmas, and I went in super hard, and I like used affiliate links, and I had like sponsored videos and like everything. I really needed to be organized with the content that I was posting that month. And so I had a calendar with all of my ideas that I was going to post. And I put due dates on Trello of when each video was going to be released. And Trello has like an RSS feed for calendars. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it has an RSS feed which you can put into like your Google Calendar, whatever you use. So I use like the Mac whatever calendar that comes with the computer. So I put it in there, and automatically, like if I decide like a video is going to come out like 2 months from now instead of like tomorrow, I just change the due date on Trello, and it automatically updates on my calendar, like my actual calendar that I use day to day. So I always know like when a video is going to go up, and like it just keeps it all really streamlined and organized. And like for some of this stuff, like for instance, for my remote Romania channel, which I'm going to be launching in January, that is going to be a lot of sit down videos. And just the format, the way that I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be able to do a lot of batching. So the plan with that is to be able to record at least 4 or 5 videos in a single day, which will cover the content for the entire month.
Wow.
But that's for that specific channel. I can't do that like all of the time, like on my main channel right now. But I have done batching before, and that is something that has worked for me for specific types of videos. But anyway, that's how I do it.
Yo, if we have anybody from Trello watching the stream, y'all might want to get in contact with Romina for a sponsorship. I'm just saying.
Sponsor her.
Sponsor
her.
Hire her.
Come on, Trello.
I mean, if they just want
I
to send me
had no-
like a free T-shirt, like I'm cool with that too.
I had no clue you could integrate your calendar. That's gonna be so useful. I'm geeking out. I use Trello right now too, but I don't have it separated into so many boards like you do.
Well, I have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of stuff going on. Like a lot of different stuff, so it wouldn't make sense for me to have like everything on one board because it would be crazy. Yeah. But they also have like a plugin, not a plugin, I don't know what they call it, power-ups is what they call it, which it's like called Pirate Map or whatever. And like the older stuff is like if you don't touch a card, it'll start degrading like visually. So you'll see it like turn like brown, and it will just get like darker, and then have like little dots, like it's a little pirate map because it's getting old because you're forgetting about that card. So that's kind of fun if you like, visual stuff like that. And they have stickers and all that stuff. I don't use any of that because I'm like those are just distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get the job done. Mm-hmm. But it is fun.
So Adrian in the chat recommend Notion. They said it's a clean minimalist tool for idea, episode, various category tracking.
I have seen Notion before. I mean, there's a bunch of apps and like web apps that are very similar to Trello and work like almost the same, with like very minor, UI differences that might make a difference to you and the way that for me, Trello just works because I'm a very visual person, and I come from like this filmmaking background where like we were taught hey, put it like a cork board with like index cards. So for me, it just makes sense. Like, but for a lot of people, it's very confusing to see it that way. And so there's like a bunch of different apps that you can use, which will do pretty much exactly the same functions as Trello. It's just displayed differently for people who like to do it a different way. But I feel like, whatever works for you, Like,
I use Asana in almost the exact way that you're talking about. I didn't like Trello for that exact reason. Like, I didn't like how it was displayed. So I've been using Asana for like 3 years, and it has pretty much all the same functions, it sounds like, integrated with Google Calendar, and it's nice. Due dates are freaking fantastic, and I like that. I don't know if Trello has it, but I use like the subtasks all the time. So you've got like within like a column, you have all these ideas, and then you can write even like your video title once you get to that kind of keyword research phase. And then you have like a description, you can attach files and images and all that kind of stuff. And then you can also have subtasks. So then you can assign due dates to the subtasks as well.
nice.
Which helps me a lot when it comes to content planning. It's not always successful, and I find myself constantly changing due dates around. But that's okay. That's fine for what I do. And then I also like they have a timeline function on the paid version, which is like more, you can like build dependency on what the tasks are. So if you have something, then you can kind of build out a framework of what order you need to do things in, especially if you have a team that you're working with and people are doing things that are dependent on each other. That's pretty helpful. So yeah.
Thank y'all for the recommendations.
Sure.
Yeah, Romina holding it down over there like, damn.
I know, right? I was organized.
She's actually recording right now so that she can send a pitch to Trello.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to get you all linked in the description here. So somebody take over for a minute.
Okay, well, we're going around in the circle asking everybody what their
Can you guys hear my
plans
dog?
are for.
Yeah, where's the dog? Why hasn't
Yes.
the dog been on camera yet?
Yeah.
You want me to grab him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to do this. This is
that a
extremely important.
I agree. We're taking over. Doggy's taking over now.
There's the dog.
He's coughing.
We
Oh.
lost Audrey. She's restarting her computer. So we'll
Yep,
see her
she's
soon.
rebooting.
And charging her AirPods.
Oh.
Guys, did you ever read Shiloh? Because that was
Uh,
That was my favorite as a kid.
Maybe? No, I don't think so.
So sad.
You have a
Yeah.
beautiful pup.
Thank you, and my young one is right next to us too.
Two.
You're supposed to
Yes.
carry both of them at the same time.
Oh man, I know.
You're gonna make them
So
sad.
heavy.
Oh.
It's so cute.
I rent right now. I can't have any dogs in my
Oh
household.
no.
Yeah, I'm at my limit for fur babies. I'm allowed 2,
We are too.
The landlord.
Yep, we're allowed to.
but I don't think she would notice. Like, I could definitely get some more doggos. I just have the 2 cats, and I really want to get a dog, so I could probably just get one and be like, "Oh, I'm babysitting" or something.
No,
Or
what you
like-
need to do is get a dog and then buy it a cat costume.
Oh my god, yes,
That
she would totally. Yeah,
seems like the best
She would go
option.
for
Nobody
it.
will ever know.
But then walking the cat.
Yeah,
Is she gonna?
Romina,
people
you're
want
onto
cats.
something here.
Some people do.
I know. I'm brilliant. I know.
Okay, so we were going around the circle asking
Oh, yeah.
about end of 2019, early 2020 plans, any kind of videos that y'all have. So we got to Kitty and Audrey, I believe.
Mhm.
Did Romina or Alex get asked that question yet? I haven't either, but I'll wait. Alex, what are you doing at the end of the year? What are your plans?
I have a couple collabs coming up. So I have a series called Collab for a Cause. We talked about it briefly last week. I hopped on the live stream last week as well. But I think I have 8 different creators that are all unboxing some tech for a collaboration with a nonprofit I have. So hopefully that'll be out next week. We'll see. And then I
What's
have
the
one more.
nonprofit?
It's called Human IT. So they refurbish old
Oh.
tech. They're basically trying to close the digital divide for the 80 million Americans that have little to no access to tech or internet. So
That's awesome.
I love that.
I'm excited
Also,
about it.
very sustainable thinking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's a fun project that I'm working on. And then I have one other collab with Mondo Bites that may be out before the end of the year. We will see.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm collabing with him right now. We'll have a
Yes.
video out, I think, like this week. We're doing like a 1-minute short film. So we had to pick a genre. We didn't know what we were doing. So that'll be out
Nice.
soon.
Nice.
Armando.
Yes.
That sounds so fun.
Mondo is cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
All right, FYI, all of their links are now in the description. So if you guys want to check them out, they are there.
Yeah, boy.
What about you, Shannon? What do you have going?
Well, CES obviously is happening.
Mhm.
The past month I was working really steadily on trying to get a sponsor. So I finally got a sponsor, which I'm very excited about. They're the like exclusive full week sponsorship. Gonna wait to announce until I actually have like all the contracts in place for that. So
Sign them first.
Yep. But I'm very, very excited to have a sponsor that I sold all by myself. I didn't have any help with that. So that's super exciting. I know y'all don't know, like, aren't familiar with my history, but I've been working with networks for a very long time, and I used to have co-hosts, and I had like an office space and a studio and all that. And one of my shows got canceled in May, and that's when I officially went like full time doing my own channel. So I've been growing it since then, and it's been like a struggle to kind of transition myself from working for a company and for a network into working for myself and like building up my own home studio and, you know, turning my website into something that sells my personal brand as opposed to sells like, oh, you can sponsor this network that I'm hosting on. Instead, it's like, oh, you can sponsor me and all of my personal brands. So that's been really interesting to transition to. So I've been like working on that for the past, you know, 6, 7, 8 months. And it's been very time consuming. So my goal next year, since I've gotten to the point on like my website and my channel and stuff where I've started to kind of help like my audience understand what I'm doing, and I've kind of gotten the information out there as far as how I've been transitioning. I have finally, hi Roberto, so good to see you. I've finally gotten to that place where I'm going to start, you know, working on that personal brand, building it out so that I'm doing 3 episodes a week. That's my goal, which I've been struggling to keep up with just because of all the back end stuff. Y'all know how it is, and it's pretty exciting right now because I'm getting a whole bunch of like collaborations in place and stuff like that. This month, I've just been working on my Techmas videos, which are a bunch of gift guides for different kinds of folks that might be in your life, which has been very fun. And it's been enjoyable, like kind of taking bits and pieces from my household and being like, oh, that would be a good gift. Oh, that's a great gift. And then talking to companies as well that I've been reaching out to and being like, hey, do you want to bring in this thing for my tech gift guide review? And a lot of companies have been like, yeah, definitely here. And so my like kitchen right over there is just full of a bunch of boxes and random stuff just sitting there waiting to get on the channel, and then I'll finally ship it back. So that's been just crazy. So yeah, now that I've transitioned, it's just getting that momentum in place, starting to do a lot more like bulk recording and bulk editing, because that really, really puts me in the groove. Like once I'm in that editing headspace, I can do it for 8 hours. I'm sure like Romina, you had mentioned, very much a similar headspace for myself as well. And just organizing everything so that I can start that steady stream of content. And I think I'm finally there. So it's exciting. It's been a really hard year. Switching so much from working with networks and MCNs and stuff and working for myself now, like full time. But it's cool because I don't have to answer to anybody else except for sponsors, obviously. But Patreon has been a huge blessing in that sense. as well as like everybody that has been super supportive. Like Buy Me a Coffee, Viper. I noticed that link was in your chat. I also do Buy Me a Coffee. That's like an awesome little tool for people who want to support you, like a one-time donation. Oh my gosh, it's great. Yeah, people have been really supportive, so I'm super happy that I have this built-in audience from previous networks, and I've just kind of been like kind of trickling them in. I'm like, come on guys, like come over here, join me on my own personal channel. Like, hi, I'm doing my own stuff, join me. Join the dark side.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's the key. Like when you're able to, like you said, when you have that prior relationship with network and then you go out on your own, you have that ability to siphon those people off of those networks into your own brand and your own thing. And then that's the golden ticket right there. You're doing it right.
Well, I feel like I kind of feel like I was late to the game in a sense of I should have started like siphoning off that audience a long time ago, because I've been doing this since 2008 for other networks. So I feel like I should have like started with that kind of stuff a long time ago, but I didn't know how to edit and I didn't know how to create my own content, and that really held me back for years and years. And once I finally learned how to use like Premiere Pro, I was like, oh, I can actually do this on my own. And then I learned like how the networks sell sponsorships for the different shows on the network. And then I was like, oh, I could do that too. Like, why am I giving them 50%? Like, I should totally be doing this for myself. So it's been a really fun transition.
Shannon,
it's been very hard.
Damn it, Shannon, you know the rule. It's never too late.
Yeah, that's true. It's never too late.
Never too late. never too late.
It's always the right time.
Right.
That's true.
There is no perfect time, and it's never too late.
It sounds like this year was a year of transition for you, which is interesting because it's been a year of transition for me as well. And I feel like it has been for a lot of people, at least like in my circle. And even like Sorel made a video about this. Sorel Amore, she made a video about it last week or a few days ago. And I think that like for me, like in the past like 2 years, I was trying to introduce a new type of content into my main channel, which the algorithm has just not liked. And so because of it, I'm now launching that new channel that I talked about in January. So I guess my plans for the rest of 2019, which is like a few weeks, is just to continue with my main channel videos, which I have a bunch of videos because I went to the United Arab Emirates. And so I filmed like 12 videos, I think, while I was there. So I have a lot of content that I have to go through and kind of post for the rest of the year. But then on top of that, I am going to start working on the videos that I need to film for the new channel, as well as getting back into my ASMR channel, which I started and I posted on, and the video did really well, but then I didn't post again. So yeah, I have to kind of, I guess my thing is I've now created like this week, I was focused on trying to figure out exactly what I was going to do, like what I was going to post like on each channel and all that stuff. And I think moving forward is just picking the schedule and sticking to it. So I think that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 weeks of my life.
Boom. We have a question for Alex in the chat here, Alex.
Something 2020 will have that 2019 didn't. Oh, Adrian. Put me on the spot. 2020 will have podcast episodes from me. That's guaranteed. I've been working on launching a podcast for like 6 months. I think maybe
That's
even
awesome.
10 months. I don't know. So I have 10 to 15 episodes recorded and none edited, and I haven't come up with the branding and all. We have a name, but yeah. And Adrian and I, so she's, she wasn't maybe vying for the podcast answer, but we're friends and we're also launching a podcast together. So even if I don't launch my personal podcast, we're launching a podcast together, and that will happen because she will make sure it happens. So that's one thing definitely that 2020 will have.
Now, the podcast that you two are launching together, what would that be about?
We're still nailing it down. We have a very long document that she's been working on more than I have at this point. But it'll mainly be the two of us. Sometimes maybe we'll have guests, but I'm going to be with her in February and we're going to record a ton of episodes. But yeah, different things, diversity. I mean, we're both queer women, so I'm sure that will come up in topic often. But yeah, even just talking about representation in media and different industries and different stuff like that. But it won't be all women based at all. We're all queer women based, but probably just us talking about things that are happening in the world. So yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. So I got a question. Well, we got a question for all of you all. I'm going to start with you, Audrey. Joe James Cat wants to know, how do you deal with burnout?
I think I went through like I wouldn't call it burnout. Like at the beginning of this year, I guess that was just more in like a funk. And I think I'm not really a movie person. We talked about this last time, and Rowena knows, but like I'm so bad. I've never really watched TV shows or anything. But when I was in this funk like earlier this year, I started watching more movies and like kind of diversifying what sort of entertainment I was consuming, I guess. And that really helped me get out of it because it gave me some new ideas I never had before. Like I made a video on Spider-Verse, which like I wouldn't have probably done before. So yeah, if you're in burnout, I guess like try and get inspired by different things. That really helped me get out of it.
Nice. Kitty, what do you have for this?
Oh, I experience this all the time. I feel like it started after year 2. That's for sure. When you just like start thinking too much in the future and you feel overwhelmed, and then you don't really look at the little baby steps that you have to accomplish to like get that one project or thing done. But I think definitely like taking a break helps a lot, just to like reset your head, like do something different, do something new, like watch different types of content, different videos, movies, or like go outside. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta like take it easy. You don't have to work 24 hours a day. I feel like that's probably less productive than like taking breaks in between. But yeah, it's hard. It gets really hard. And I feel like having a support group that also experiences the same feelings as you, so you like can relate, is a lot better. You don't feel alone, because this does get lonely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Shannon, you've been doing it for long.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, kind of going off what Kitty said, is like just go outside. Recently, I started a mental toughness challenge called 75 Hard, and there's like a list of 6 things you have to do every day. And one of those things is to work out twice a day for 45 minutes each day, and one of those workouts has to be outside. And for a while, I was doing before this, I was doing pretty well at like working out like 3 times a week or something, but just with my history as an athlete and being used to working out 2 to 3 hours a day and that just being a part of my life, I was really missing that. And I think that was contributing a lot to my stress level and not being able to do that. And, you know, you get into an edit or you're in a flow or you're, you know, in the middle of planning and all these things seem super important and you kind of let that stuff go, right? If I'm in the middle of an edit before I started this challenge, it'd be like, oh, like, no, I can't go to the gym right now, or no, I can't go for a run because I have to do this because this is more important. But it's like, you have to prioritize your both like physical and mental health, because those are the things that are ultimately going to make you more productive and more successful at what you're doing in this job or really any job. So that's been a really fun journey over the last like 60 days or something of actually, no, I don't have the option. Like I have to go work out right now, which has been really, really fun. So whatever that equivalent is for you, maybe it's going for a walk. And oftentimes like I get my best ideas when I'm out for a run or at the gym or something. It gets you away from your desk and your computer. So I just say like prioritize that stuff in your life.
Oh. Shannon, you've been doing it for a long time. What do you have for potential burnout? What are your things that you do?
Alex, I have been failing at the whole prioritizing my own health and my own mentality this year. And a lot of that has been because of that transition. And I've been focusing a lot on my work and I've been constantly feeling like, oh, I just need to get all this stuff done, and I'll just keep on working until 9 p.m. It's fine, whatever. Like it'll be another 12-hour workday. That's totally cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of times just becomes too much. Joe James Cat, hi. It's so good to see you in here. He's a longtime supporter of my work, and I really appreciate all the support that you give all of my shows, Joe James Cat. So thank you for joining in and watching this live stream, and hopefully subscribing to Viper as well. But I would say I've been focusing more on myself in the past like month or two, and the way that I've been dealing with the YouTube burnout is by building in some wiggle room into my schedule. Because if I do feel like I have way too much to do, then it'll just stress me out, and then I'll just like want to just shove everything off my desk and not do anything. So instead, if I'm building in that wiggle room and only giving myself like, you have these 3 goals that you need to accomplish this day, and then everything else after that is a bonus, that makes me feel like I have a lot more free time. It's also really hard when you work from home to make sure that you're just working 8 to 5 and not allowing yourself to merge like your home feels and your work feels into like you're only being like one entity. So I've been trying to focus more on, okay, when it's 5 p.m. I can start focusing on, hobbies that I want to do, or cool things around the house that I want to work on, my own personal projects as opposed to my YouTube project. Wiggle room, having a support group, absolutely. I believe Kitty said that, like having people around you who kind of understand what you're going through has also been really, really helpful. I have a best friend who I talk to all the time about like, oh, I feel like I have so much work to do. And she's just like, well, let's break it out. Let's put it in a list. Like, what do you need to do? Like, tell me about what are your biggest projects, and we should break those down into little projects, and then which things can you get done on what days. She's just like so logical about it, and she's just like, okay, well, yeah, I want to help you, let's make this happen. Like, it's just so nice to have somebody in your life like that who's just like, hey, I don't want you to feel burnout, like let's just break this down, let's put it on paper so you don't feel like completely swamped in your mindset, and you can actually see it, and you can give yourself these micro goals each day, as opposed to just one big goal that just feels overwhelming and is constantly like stressing you out.
And you can never get it done.
And you can never
So
get
you
it
never
done.
feel successful. Like your day never feels like it was successful.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I think
true.
that's super important, is to have like a logical and a realistic goal for the day, which might be 1/50th of the larger project getting done, right? But it's super important to feel like you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish every day, and that comes from, like, for me, that comes from like writing my most important task, and it's 3 subtasks, and each of those I have to write out how long realistically it's going to take. And then if I think I'm going to have extra time at 5 p.m., like I have 2 other tasks that I can maybe get done, like 2 mini tasks for that most important one, and actually being realistic about how many hours that's going to take.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
huge contributor to like, oh no, today, like last year I would have done this one thing and I would have felt like it was a failure. But this year, because I'm writing out exactly how many hours it's going to take, and I actually accomplish it and check it off my list, like that feels really good, and it keeps me from burning out, at least.
Nice. Hey, Romina, what you got for us?
Burnout. Yeah.
There we go.
I was just so like, and I was in like this conversation, and now there's a cat. Like,
She came to say hello. This is Starbuck.
Cute. Starbuck.
Not named after the
Starbuck?
coffee. She was named after Battlestar Galactica. She's
oh
fat.
my gosh! Hello, Starbuck.
Say hi.
Cute.
No, she's not gonna say hi.
Oh.
Uninterested.
She's a sweet girl. She's my sweet chubby lady. She's my bread loaf. Oh, bye. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, there's I guess, I mean, I kind of feel like burnout, I get stressed out. I do. But I feel like I've learned over the years to prevent it from happening. And everything that like you guys all said, it was all stuff that I agree with. Like when I'm trying to schedule out my day, I pretty much just on my to-do list, I don't really write more than 3 or 4 things to do, like max. And that also depends on, you know, how long each task might take. Like for example, if I'm going to be editing a video and it's like my own video and like I know what kind of video it is and it's going to take me 6 hours to do, then I might not have 3 tasks on my list, you know. But on average, I try to be like, hey, like I have 1,000 things to do, but today I only have these 3 things to do. And it just kind of minimizes, you know, the workload. And so I don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have to do. And then on top of that, I am watching the Star Trek franchise in chronological order, which everybody already knows. But so I am going through that, and it's taking a really long time. There's just so much content, but that helps me because I pretty much set it up as a reward for myself, either at the end of the day or at the start of my day. So basically, like while I'm having breakfast, if I'm having breakfast by myself, I'll generally watch like an episode or whatever it is like that's on my list to watch from that. And then on the other side, after I've completed everything that I've done, like pretty much like after 6 or 7 o'clock at night, like my night is free. And so as a reward for myself, like I'll watch something, which is typically an episode of Star Trek because there's so much to watch. So it's kind of like a thing because like it's a thing that I want to do. Very Audrey has seen my spreadsheet. I think. Have you seen my spreadsheet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I made a spreadsheet with everything that I need to watch from Star Trek. And so it's a checklist of like everything that I need to do. So it is something that's like I'm following like specific steps, but it's a reward because it's like it's not going to pay my rent. Like it doesn't have anything to do with like work. Like there's no pressure attached to it, you know? So it's like enjoyable. It's like, you know, getting like XP points, like in a game, right? It's just like, oh my God, this is great. So I think that setting up like those little rewards for yourself is something that helps to kind of, you know, set aside time where it's like not everything has to be work, not everything has to be, you know, a YouTube video. Like I even have like my best friend, when we go out sometimes it's like she'll be like, oh my gosh, like are you vlogging? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like not every outing needs to be a video, you know? Like sometimes I just want to go out and I don't want to be in front of the camera. And I think like being able to decipher like what those moments are for yourself kind of creates like this balance, which helps to prevent that kind of burnout. But I like, you know, burnout happens no matter what industry you are in. I mean, you know, there's people who are receptionists and they work, you know, 60 hours a week and they get burnout because not because of like the workload or anything, but because of doing repetitive tasks. And that's something else that's, you know, that can cause burnout. It might not be like a whole bunch of, like one thing that I did experience regarding that on YouTube is the fact that the algorithm wants you to niche down and create like, if you are making like Pokemon Go videos, don't you dare make a video like doing a bathroom tour because like YouTube will be like, what? You do other things aside from playing Pokemon Go? That is ridiculous. Which is crazy because, you know, we're people. We're very complex. We have a lot of different interests and a lot of different things that we like to do day in and day out. And sometimes I do want to share those things, you know, and I feel like burnout comes sometimes because you have to like create like this one thing. And it's like you make top 5, top 10 videos. And it's like, yeah, but man, you know how exhausting that is to make top 5, top 10 videos like every single week. Man, that's a lot, you know, it's a lot to ask for someone to just restrain them into like this little box. So definitely, like, if you do have a channel like that, if you are making YouTube videos and it's very, very, specific to one type of topic, then try to create something else, even if it's something that you don't post, but just like create something that's completely different from what you're doing. And I feel like that kind of thing, because it just, fosters creativity, kind of like what Audrey did by, just watching movies and just doing something that was different and just kind of seeking inspiration from something that isn't, her daily life.
Definitely. You all make great points about ways to avoid burnout. It's funny, when I first started doing YouTube, I was going hard. Like, I did a video every day in January, the first month I was doing YouTube, and I was doing at least 3 to 4 videos a week, like every week when I first started out. And it was Roberto who told me, dude, you don't have to do videos on the weekend, man. You could take time off, you can step away. And I think that's like very important advice. Like, at some point, you gotta be able to walk away, because sometimes you get your best idea from walking away. So now I don't really do like content and things like that on the weekend anymore. I take the weekend for myself to watch TV or do other things. Like this weekend, I'm about to go in here and build my 1989 Lego Batmobile that's waiting for me to be built, and then I'll get back to it next week. But you got to be able to walk away and be able to come back to whatever it is that you are on the grind trying to do, because as much as it is about the grind, you got to be able to take time away from the grind. Otherwise, you will burn out. So you got to know when to walk away.
And with that said, I gotta go eat dinner.
That's very important.
Walking away.
That is very
It
important.
was a good tangent.
Wait, what's for dinner?
Leftover Chinese food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
rolled
Friday
hard
night.
and
I
healthy.
get it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
good. Yeah.
It's date night with the husband.
Leftover Chinese food. Is that right, honey?
Boom.
Candle?
No doubt. No. Hey,
What's
Shannon,
his blacklist?
thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure, and it was really awesome to hear from all of you ladies as well, and hear about how you're dealing with burnout and the Trello recommendations, which I'm definitely going to be implementing. And I already subscribed to all of your channels, and I can't wait to check out everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, Shannon.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Me too.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Like and subscribe. Okay, bye.
Oh, well, gotta
So-
get that free promo.
Boom, got to. So speaking of burnout and doing things that get you away from your creative grind, Kitty, what do you do when you're not making YouTube videos?
When I'm not making YouTube videos, oh man.
Yeah, what does Kitty do in her spare time, if she even has spare time?
Oh, I have some spare time. Make sure that I have spare time. Well, I've been doing a lot of dance tutorials on, like, not me shooting dance tutorials, but I'm watching other people's dance tutorials to like learn dance. So like even later today, I'm gonna go to a dance class, which I'm really excited about. I just feel like when I'm like really stressed out or angry, dancing is like the best way to like let it all out, because it's a form of expression too, and you just listen to some like hypey music or whatever, and you just move and do it for like an hour and a half, and you'll feel so much better. It's amazing.
What kind of dance are you learning?
It's more like I've been into like hip hop / like this modern dance, so it's kind of like flowy, but then it still like has pops in it.
Yeah.
I'm not good or anything, but I try my
Whatever.
best. But yeah,
Probably
that's what I've
better
been
than me. I
into.
promise you that.
Oh no, we could have a dance party.
We're
all
like
stressed out, burnout. Let's dance.
I'm the worst, man.
But yeah, it
So
feels
bad.
good.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome that you're doing that. I mean that's definitely something that I would love to do more of. But on
Do
one
it.
side, I get so like I'm so conscious of the fact that I'm on a dance floor. Like
No, you do it by yourself. Like just do it in your room or living room.
I do it when I'm by myself.
Are you still self-conscious?
I know that I'm not good, you know.
But that's not the
And
point.
I want to be good. I know, but I want to be good.
It takes
know?
patience.
I want to be good.
I think there was a video out that I saw that was this girl. I don't even know what type of dancing it was. There's a specific name for it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to find it and I can put it in the description. But is this girl, and it's like day one of learning this type of dance. And then I think she like logged like for a whole year, and she videoed like.
Was it the BuzzFeed girl?
I don't.
I
It
feel like
definitely wasn't a
They've
buzz
done everything.
video.
She did a
I watched
sexy
it.
dance in heels. No.
No. I mean,
That's a
this
good
is
one to
probably not the
watch.
first time this has been done, but yeah, she like logged a whole year or maybe more like longer than that of her progress, and it was like the most incredible. Like she looked like a professional dancer by the
I
end.
think I did. Did it have like rain or like weird music like in the background?
No.
All right, okay, because I totally saw
There's a
when
bunch
it's
of these
exactly
videos.
what you're saying, and I think she was Korean. I think she was Korean or
No, different video.
okay,
that's
all right,
fine.
but it's
That's a
exactly the
BuzzFeed
same
video.
thing.
So we
Yeah.
should do that then.
Exactly.
Where
Yeah,
do you go?
Romina, you
other
can do it.
channel
I'm
is going
We'll
to be
get so
I-
good. New channel.
Romina, you can do a
idea.
challenge on TikTok.
Oh yes.
We try and learn a dance.
Well, we doing the tea dance and that's what's going on here.
Oh, the tea dance. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool, Alex. There is like this one girl who I saw. I think she's like, well, when I saw the video, she was like 12 years old, 13, something like that. And she taught herself how to dance. Like she dances like to dubstep, so she does like locking and all that stuff. But she's like really good. But she taught herself how to dance, and she's like a performer. Not like she does it like for a living.
Yeah.
And she just taught herself. And I mean, that kind of thing is just so fascinating to me. Like the fact that we have, that YouTube is so accessible to so many people. Like the fact that this kid is like 9 years old, comes home from school and like does her homework, hopefully, and then like just watches, videos how to dance. And then she makes it like her career, right? Mm-hmm. That kind of like trajectory is just like mind blowing to me. Because like I didn't have that kind of technology when I was growing up, like, I mean, I had a computer while I was growing up, but like we had like a 3D dinosaur game and like Need for Speed. Like there was no like educational value.
Like, look it up in the encyclopedia. Like, I remember those days.
My gosh. Yes. What is the name of that encyclopedia? That there was a game within this encyclopedia. What was it called? Encarta? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? All right, no, never mind. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. You're not old enough.
Wait, how old are you, Romina?
I'm 31.
Okay.
So there's an encyclopedia. It was a CD. It was an encyclopedia that you would put, like it was a CD, and you could like look stuff up, but it was a CD, right? And within that, they had a game which like you had to go through a castle and answer like these trivia type questions. And there was like a jester and there was like music that played like throughout that was really hip and it was cool. But it was awesome because it was like kind of educational, but also it was like a little bit lame because it was like an Encarta like encyclopedia game. But anyway, how did we get to this point?
Hobby.
Can we
hobby
change
is
I don't know. I was asking Kitty, what does she do when she's not YouTubing and she started talking about dance, and then y'all got into encyclopedias and stuff. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here.
All right, guys, I promise. I'm going to send you the link on Twitter.
Can we play?
And you guys are
game?
going to be like, wow, this game is fire. Like, I wish I could play this encyclopedia game.
I mean, Romina, when you're talking about like the girl learning how to dance, like watching YouTube videos, like that was when I was in film school. I literally learned more. Like I don't want to like feel like one of the reasons, but literally I was learning more watching YouTube videos or like in quicker, like it was just easier to kind of like, for example, if Peter made a vlog about aperture and like the triangle, like ISO and like shutter speed and stuff. His vlog is like 8 minutes long, and then in class I'd be learning the same thing, but it would take 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So for me, I with like a test at the end and stuff. So it was really frustrating when I was in school because I was like, I'm learning so much more from watching YouTube videos and actually like applying them on my own and stuff by making my own videos than I am in my classes. And that's kind of like one of the things that really drove me a little bit crazy when I was in school and would eventually like led to me dropping out because it's like it's just so frustrating that there's so much out there you don't like. I don't know.
And it's free.
I've literally learned everything I know from videos. Like I don't remember barely anything we were doing in like actual film school, which is kind of insane. Like our first film class, they taught us how to put up a tripod, and I was like, "Are you like what are you talking about?" Like I've been doing this like already, like so it was just I don't know. That sort of stuff is so frustrating.
YouTube is a beautiful thing. Like you can literally come on YouTube and learn whatever it is that you want to learn, and like somebody said earlier, you can learn it all for free. It's a lovely thing. It's lovely.
Yep.
Oh, so we got a question from my man Michael Pepper Tech Talk. I'll kick this one off. What's your favorite piece of tech from 2019? Michael, if you've been paying attention to me, you already know what I'm about to say, but in case you haven't, the AirPod Pro is my favorite piece of tech from 2019. I mean, good Lord. You made the AirPods are already the best wireless earbuds out there in the world, and then you made the best even better by adding active noise cancellation and transparency mode with the actual silicone ear tips. I mean, AirPod Pro is it. But Alex, what is your favorite piece of tech from 2019?
Oh no, I need so much time to think about this.
You want me to come back to you?
I honestly, I can't say. I think maybe the only piece of tech that is new in 2019 that I've bought was the A6400 and the Tamron lenses.
Hey, that 6400 is legit.
Yeah, I think those might be the only two from that came out in 2019. Did the A6400 come out in 2019? It did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So I guess by default, I suppose the Tamron 2875 lens, which actually is it never leaves my camera. So sure, yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. Kitty, why is the iPhone 11 your favorite piece of tech in 2019? I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man. I tried. Maybe the next one. We'll see. The Pixel's not the best either, so I'm not very happy about any of the phones this year.
But what is your favorite piece of tech from this year?
Well, because I've been shooting on the Nikon Z6, probably that or my Sony noise canceling headphones. So they're not the earpods, but they're like the over-ear ones because I just
you got the WH-1000 XM3s, right?
I did. Those are amazing. Nice. Oh, I use them every day, even for like my dance practice. So they're just plugged in wirelessly. So
the best amazing. Damn noise cancellation headphones of all time, right there. You're doing it right.
Your earpods, do they hurt your ears? I think I have small ear holes because even these are hurting my ears.
It's possible. It's possible that you do have small ear holes because like the AirPods, they don't hurt me. Like they feel totally comfortable. But if I am laying down or like if I'm like pushing into it, after a while, it will begin to hurt.
Yeah, it's like sore.
Yeah. And I think it's because of the pressure because it's going into a smaller place. So I think that's totally possible that it's because of your ear shape.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that most earbuds, the tip that covers them up, the silicone tip is usually covering up a plastic cylinder tube, which is sticking into your ear, and that kind of provides that pressure and throbbing if you press it too hard. The AirPod Pro, by contrast, does not have that cylindrical tube. It just fits naturally into your ear. So the only thing that, as part of the AirPod Pro, the only part that's really going deep into your ear is the silicone tip, which is a lot more comfortable within your normal earbuds. So that's why I love the AirPod Pro so much, because they don't have that throbbing that normal earbuds do. Audrey, where you at?
Oh, sorry, my brother was showing me something. What were you saying?
What's your favorite piece of tech of 2019?
I don't know. Go away. He's staring at me. Stop. I feel like I haven't bought too much new stuff this year. The only things I really got were only things. I only the
What about
I
your phone?
upgraded my phone this year. Yeah, but I don't want to say that's like my favorite thing. Probably the AirPods because I literally use them like every single day. So it's just like going from having like the cord to no cord for me was just it's been like life changing. Literally just being able to walk around and like run with them and like use them for work and like not knock stuff over and stuff. I don't know. It's just really been I really love the AirPods. So I haven't tried the new ones though, but these ones work. So
Good answer. Romina, what
I don't
about you?
know.
My new computer.
What you get?
I got the MacBook 16 and
Woo,
Wait, did you
yeah.
get it?
I did. I'm using it right now.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
like it.
There you go.
I really do love it. I feel like I did a really wise choice in holding out on upgrading. So I had a 2012, mid 2012 MacBook Pro.
Ooh.
So I was due for an update, but I was very stubborn and I was like, I do not like any of these computers. And so I would just kiss my laptop every night and I would pray to the heavens that nothing would happen to it because I didn't want to upgrade. Finally, this 16-inch came out and I was like, yes.
She was like, give it to me.
And I was like, give it to me.
Wait,
but then
what
Apple
made you
said,
like
no,
like
you
it
have to
more?
pay. So I'm not a huge fan of the touch bar. That was one thing that I was like, I don't want this in my life. But I guess it's part of my life now. Which is fine. I'm still getting accustomed to it. Like I've literally had it for, I think I got it on Tuesday. It was delivered to the store. So I maxed it out except for the storage. So it's like super quiet even right now as I'm like streaming and video chatting and doing all these crazy things, which is nice. I would say like one thing that I don't like is so my trackpad on my other MacBook is small. It's like this big. And then now all of a sudden like the trackpads are like this big. They take up like a quarter of like the body. Or like half of the body as opposed to a quarter. And the only reason that I like the bigger real estate for the trackpad, but sometimes because of like my hand placement on the keyboard, it will think that I'm using two fingers on the trackpad because like the bottom of like my hand is on the trackpad as I'm like typing, and like if I'm editing and like doing stuff like this, it thinks that I'm like clicking twice. And so it will like right click or like move stuff around or whatever, like move my cursor as I'm typing. So that's one thing that is a little bit annoying. But I feel like that might just be like a me problem.
You need to get bigger hands.
Apparently it's like my hand placement. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I really do love it. And the fact like my speakers are so loud. Like I watched The Mandalorian today and I put it on max volume and like the walls were shaking and I was like, this is like I'm like in a Dolby like Atmos theater right now. This is insane. Really, really cool. Cool upgrade, I think. And I've already edited and like done a whole bunch of stuff with it, and just like it just goes so fast, and is so quiet and is not heating. I'm just really, really happy with that I jumped into the deep end.
Which configuration did you get?
So I maxed it out except for the storage. I just got 2 terabytes of storage.
Nice.
But everything else is completely maxed out.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, like if I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all in. You know, I'm gonna go home.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yep.
Alex, did I ask you what your favorite piece of tech was, Alex?
Yeah, Tamron 2875.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Cool. All right.
Baby
Viper, I
Yoda.
think I'm gonna have to go. I still need to edit
Yeah.
this or finish editing this video for tomorrow. So.
What?
I might
Stop
have
being
to
probably do
responsible.
too.
Oh my god.
It's all good.
It's
Don't-
Friday.
don't let me hold you up.
We just discussed work-life balance.
That's like already went out the
Oh,
window.
okay.
Funny.
All right. So, firstly, Audrey, thank you for coming in again. I appreciate it. 2 weeks in a row. That's
Thanks for
awesome.
having me.
No problem.
You
And
guys are so
Kitty,
much fun. Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
And Kitty, you said you had to step away too, right?
Yeah, my dance class is at 7:30.
Oh, you got to go then.
Get
You
outta
got
here.
to go. You got to go now.
I got to practice, you know.
It
so
was
next
a
time.
pleasure meeting you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Appreciate
nice hanging out with everyone. It was a lot
You-
of fun.
too.
it.
Hope
You
we
ladies
do
are
it
always
again.
welcome back. Definitely.
Awesome. All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good
Good night.
weekend.
Bye.
All right. And then there were 3.
Ooh.
Don't get scared, Romina. Don't get scared.
I am scared. I read and then there was none. That was. I know what happens.
Yo, Romina, you got a fan base, man. Every time you come on here, like you got people like Romina. They
I got
love you.
like, hello, my people.
They
I
love
always
you.
remember the little people
The little people. Oh,
because
God.
I am little. I'm 5'2".
Oh man. All right. So what else is going on? Alec, what are you doing this weekend? You got any plan for the weekend? Or
What
are
am I
you
doing
doing?
this weekend? Yeah, I have client shoots Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, I have that in the morning, and no, I have that in the afternoon tomorrow, and then in the morning on Sunday. And also, I played basketball in college, and my college team is playing a tournament out here, so I get to enjoy some games coming up in the next few days.
Ooh, which college did you go to?
DePauw University in Indiana.
Oh my lord. Okay. Right. All right. I got it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
so-
They were in my
okay,
division. I went to Manchester University. Oh wow, that's crazy.
All right. Yeah, so my wife and I met playing basketball there, so we will be checking out the games, getting some fun times going on there. But yeah, shoots and basketball. That's
There you
it.
go. There you
Yeah.
go. Romina, what you doing this weekend?
Working.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. That's what I honestly I meant to ask that earlier. Like Shannon was talking about working from 9 to 5 and trying to cut it off. I wanted to ask everyone honestly, like how realistic is that for everyone? So like you two, how often do you think you actually cut off your work time at like 5 or 6 p.m.?
Oh, well, this is probably better for Romina since I actually have a real job I have to go to. So
Oh, that's right.
So I do. It depends on how late I want to stay up. I mean, in the sense of like how many hours I work in the day, it really is limited to like that kind of 8-hour or less frame because like sometimes like if I am working on something that's like really big, like a really big video, then like if I'm in the zone, I'll just let it happen, because it doesn't happen often where I'm just like, you know, but on a day-to-day basis, like while I'm doing, you know, client work and doing my own projects and like working on my own businesses, I feel like it kind of is, you know, pretty spread out. And I did want to bring it up like before with the burnout stuff, but I forgot. Although I work from home, I typically don't work from home. I do go out a lot, and like I'll go to a cafe, and then like after a while of being at a cafe, I might go to another cafe, depending on like how I'm feeling and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff like helps me to break up my day where I'm not just like sitting down for 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
So I might work for like 4 hours, but then I might take a break, you know, for 3 hours and do something else. Like I might go out walking, I might meditate, I might read, I might, you know, work out. Like it depends on, you know, whatever the day. Every day is pretty much different for me.
Right.
But because it is spaced out, you know, if I do take that break in the middle of the day, then I do have to get the work done. So that just means that I'm going to be up a little bit later. But I try to not do work right before I go to sleep. So before I go to sleep, like I said, I will watch, you know, I'll watch something, which is typically Star Trek, or I'll read. or I'll watch a movie. Like, you know, I'll do something different. Like the other night I was coloring. I have a coloring book. So it's just like I try to do something for myself, like before I go to sleep, or I'll read articles. Like I read a lot. So I do a lot of like education, like online education stuff. So I have, I'm enrolled in a few different courses on Khan Academy, which is 100% free. And they have a lot of different courses on like programming, world history, art, like music, like everything. And so I'm in the middle of doing like their world history course. So I'll do that. And like, you know, those courses might be like 15 minutes maybe, or 7 minutes. Like they're pretty short. And just like I have a lot of other stuff, you know, going on. So as far as like the cutoff for when I'm working, it really depends on like whether, you know, what I'm doing during the day, you know, and if I'm meeting with friends or anything like that. But definitely like I try to not work into the night, like right before I go to sleep, unless I have a very important due date that I need to meet, you know, and I've been putting off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part. But what about yourself? Are you, because you seem like the
I'm
way
like,
you phrase that question.
it's like always a struggle.
Right.
I feel like over the last probably like 6 months, I've been trying really hard to integrate more routines into my schedule and make it like more predictable. And so my whole life I've just been like total night person and been really productive during night, and it still is that way. Like the other day, my last video that I put out, my wife went to bed and I started editing at 11 p.m. and I stayed up until 9 a.m. like and uploaded. So it's like I edited the entire video from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. just in one sitting. And it's like it doesn't make any sense, but like that's when it like I was just gonna do like a few things, and then it just got into a flow and I just did the whole thing. And that's obviously not conducive both to like when you have to then like the next day wake up at 5 a.m. for a client shoot, right? And it's also not conducive to like going to bed and waking up with your spouse. Like it doesn't work all the time. So yeah, I've just been trying to build in different routines, and I'm always curious of like other people are how you're able to like keep us like a maybe not like a 9 to 5 schedule, but just like even figuring out what works best for you and like sticking to it. But I still haven't found a really good answer for that either, because also when I've tried to like almost like make my schedule more rigid, then I feel like I'm less creative, because I've built in like over the last decade, just my creative time has been at night. So still trying to figure that out. But I'm also curious, Viper, like with a full-time job, what do your nights look like, you know? Like how do you get all this done?
Well, the cool
Especially
thing
because you
about
said you're not working on weekends, right?
right, usually I don't do anything on the weekends most of the time, but the cool thing about my videos is that they don't really require fancy schmancy editing, so the edit is usually pretty quick. So I can usually pretty much get a video out. I can shoot and edit and get a video out the same day most of the time. So that's what I do. And
Yeah.
these days I'm live streaming more than putting out edited videos anyway, so it's a lot easier to get out a live stream. So
Yeah.
but yeah. I think starting in next year, though, I'm going to get back to doing more regular videos and trying to build up the channel and do things like that.
Cool.
Romina, I was meant to ask you this last week, but I forgot because I remember our last week I asked you about the Terrell video, but I want to talk about the Stranger Things video you did earlier this year. Oh yeah, I gotta know, Romina, how did that video come about?
Well, I knew that Stranger Things 4 was going to come out. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where Stranger Things is filmed for the most part. And I was like, hey, this video is going to bop, so I'm going to do it. And plus, I already had the cosplay for 11 because I had cosplayed as 11 for a couple cons beforehand, and even for Halloween. Like I've exhausted that costume to the point that it's in a box now and I'm just not allowed to touch it anymore. And yeah, I mean, as far as like I knew that I had to get it out exactly when Stranger Things 4 was going to come out, so that there would be so that the content would be relevant. And I would show up in the search results, and I looked up all the different locations, and in total, I think the video took about four days to do, like 4 full days, because between doing research and finding all the places and then coming up with a schedule for when I would go and film everything. And then the actual filming took a day and a half. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I hit all of the locations, and then I didn't get back home until 8 o'clock at night. And then I did it again the next day. And then after that, I spent just a couple days just editing all of that footage. But yeah, also just because Stranger Things, I do really like Stranger Things, and I thought that would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, that video was so true to the series and the show. I was just like, damn, that's
Thank
pretty
you.
good. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good. So I think I've asked Alex this on past occasion, but I don't know, Romina, but I don't think I've ever asked you. What would you say is the biggest or coolest experience you've had since that had come from you doing YouTube?
Oh, um, well, I'd say, I guess number one, like off the top of my head, is I went to South Africa and I lived on a cheetah farm, and that came because of video making, and that was an experience that was completely life-changing for me because I'm not really like a huge cat person. And like cheetahs, like I like cheetahs, but like I never really like thought about them. It was just like whatever. I mean, like I love animals, but cheetahs was just like whatever. um but when I went and I was actually like in close proximity with these animals and learning about them, and taking care of them, like I just grew this like kind of affection for them, because they're really special creatures, and like just being around them like day in and day out for a few weeks is just like it's life-changing, and doing that kind of thing, like something very different. And that came about because of video and what I was doing at the time. So I would say like that experience was probably up there as like the coolest one. But I've had a lot of experiences like that, I think, because of the fact that I focused on travel. So I've had a lot of cool things come about because of it, and just like the niche I was in.
That is definitely unique. A cheetah farm, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
A couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's cool. So like you say cheetah farm, and it's like, what the heck is that? But it's a place where cheetahs are bred to preserve the species. So Africa has like a huge poaching problem, and cheetahs are on the endangered species list. And this is just their way of being able to preserve the species in order to have it in the future so that they don't go extinct. So day in and day out, like you'll just find yourself preparing food, cleaning the enclosures, having encounters with the cheetahs, going on cheetah runs, because the cheetahs do need to run. So basically, it just consists of going into an open space, letting the cheetahs out to go run around, and then come back. And yeah, that's pretty much every single day on a cheetah farm. That's what that looks like.
So I'm curious, like, how do you build up the relationship to get to the point where you like let the cheetahs out on a run and they don't come run after you?
So we are behind a barrier,
Oh,
and they have a setup where they they encourage, like the way that they have it set up is so that the cheetahs can run around, like run back and forth. And this is like, if you look this up, like this lady is Anne Van Dyke, and she is pretty much like the Jane Goodall of cheetahs. She has dedicated her entire life to cheetahs and the preservation of the species. and is the only person who has figured out how to breed cheetahs in captivity. That's something that is very, very difficult to do, and most cheetahs do not survive. But some things she did. We don't know what the magic formula is because that kind of information is classified and can't be released because people will abuse that power. But she figured it out, and she's dedicated her whole life. She hasn't gotten married. She doesn't have kids. Like her whole life is cheetahs. And so this cheetah farm is her space for doing just that, for preserving and letting the they release certain animals back into the wild, and they have all other animals like on there as well. They have African wild dogs, which I believe are the fastest eaters on the planet, like one of the fastest ones. Like you throw food at them and they will consume it in a matter of seconds. So it is pretty cool to kind of experience that kind of thing.
That is very, very interesting information. Let me go back down here. Because Janosin has a good question, but of course I can't find it now. But Janosin is asking, Romina, what kills wild animals in captivity specifically? Like, what is it that makes them endangered, per se? Is it just the poaching, or is it something else?
So as far as like what kills the animals when they're out in the wild, it mainly is poaching. That's like their biggest thing. And just like poachers will set up traps and stuff like that, and that injures the animals, and so they die that way as well. But as far as like what kills them in captivity, I'm not sure if I said that they died in captivity. But it's hard for them to breed in captivity. I think it's like either their settings, like their food. Like I'm not like, that's not my specialty. I didn't study that, so I don't really know the specifics as far as like what would kill them, or like what causes them to not be able to have kids, or like the kids not, making it or surviving captivity. I don't really know that extent.
Gotcha. Metal for breakfast. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat, sir. I appreciate you. What's up? Long live the cheetah, man. Long live the cheetah. Woo. Yo. So, Alex, you are thinking about starting a podcast in 2020, which is something that I did in 2019. I know I asked you didn't have a subject for your collab podcast nailed down, but what about your podcast? What will be your subject matter?
Yeah, so it's called We Are Lofty. So it's essentially a podcast for the company, the software company that I'm building. But it's essentially interviewing entrepreneurs, creators, and impact leaders. So there's like an intersection of cause related marketing, I guess you'd say. But yeah, so any of those people that have interacted with the other parties in terms of collaborating for a cause and their experience with that. Which is all about what my software is building. So yeah, so it's basically having conversations with people around that topic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of collab, did I upload my clip to your Dropbox? Did that go through?
You did. I have it.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. What else is going on? Either of you have any big plans for Christmas? Since we are fastly approaching Christmas.
Fastly, man. What day is it?
Right?
I think I'll be at my parents' house, which is like 40 minutes from where we live in Long Beach. So
now, are you originally from Long Beach, or
no? I'm from Indiana. So
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, but my parents moved out here when I was a senior in college. So yeah, it's got our family out here. My sister's moving out here in January, so she'll be missing Christmas, but yeah, we'll have a little family Christmas up in Pomona, California.
Romina, what about you?
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
No. She just flies by the seat of her pants, man. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Fair.
Now, Romina, are you originally from the ATL?
No, so I'm originally from Florida, Miami, Florida. I lived in Los Angeles for like 12 years. And then I lived in ATL, and now I'm back in Miami.
Wait, what?
You are?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were
Have
in
you
the.
moved back there?
Yeah.
What? Whoa! Whoa! No! Time out! Time the hell out! You just had, or you just hosted back in June, the Create RL. That was in Georgia.
Yeah.
So now you're back in Miami.
Yeah.
Damn! You just don't settle down. You just keep moving.
I just hop around. Yeah.
You are literally a real life cheetah. Like you are all over the place. My God.
Yeah.
So I guess my next logical question is why are you in Miami now? What brought you to Miami?
Just kind of, I guess, I mean, it's a lot of stuff, but this is where I grew up, so I'm just here for now. We'll see. This is like I do not settle down, so I don't know where I'll be next, but
So is it fair to say that you're one of those people that you don't really like consider like one place home for too long? You just have to keep moving, or
yeah, I think I kind of got used to that just because I moved around a lot when I was younger. Not specifically like cities, but I did move around like houses. Like I did move around a lot because my mom was working in real estate, and so we just I just got used to like, to me, you know, it's just shelter, and I don't really consider like home for me is like whoever I'm with, and that's what's most important to me.
I see. So out of all the places that you've lived, what would you say is your favorite city or favorite place to live?
You know, that's really hard to say because I have lived in a lot of different places, and I feel like they're all different, you know, and it's kind of hard to say like which one's better or like which one I liked more. Because like there's certain elements that I liked from one more than the other, and that's just how it is, you know. I don't know. I can't really pick like a place.
Gotcha. No. Hey, sometimes I mean, life is so short. I mean, there's nothing wrong with experiencing the world, right? I mean, moving around, experiencing different cultures, different cities, different scenery, different things like that. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That is sometimes what is that saying? The saying variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
There you go. Woo. Oh man.
All right, guys, I gotta hit dinner. Sorry.
You better go hit dinner then.
Dinner time.
I'm not gonna be blamed for your lack of missing dinner. I'm not doing that.
That's fair. I appreciate it. All right, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining me.
Really fun.
All right, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Wow, me and you. I don't think we've ever like had a one-on-one before.
This is scary.
This is scary. This is
Are you gonna ask me where I was on the night of July 15th?
I mean, I wasn't intending on it, but since you bring it up, Red Romina, where were you on the night of July 15th, 2019?
Well, actually, I was.
Did you do it, Romina? Did you do it? Did you do it? You're doing a real life Homer meme, like, let me get out of here. Okay, so while I'm thinking about it and while I have you here, you are currently undertaking an endeavor to watch every single piece of Star Trek history or show.
Yeah.
What got you into Star Trek?
For the culture. I mean, the culture. I really just wanted it to be. I wanted to be. I don't know. Like it's something that's so heavily ingrained in pop culture and in a lot of like, you know, geekdoms. Like it's just something that's always been prevalent. And like I had only had very small dosages of it, like as while I was growing up, like here and there, but I never really fully invested any time into it. So like I felt completely ignorant on this like topic, and I felt like, you know, I was like, I'm sure that I would like it, like if I would just like take the time to do it. to just watch it. And so I did. But I think one of the things that really like pushed me to finally do it was because one of my favorite comedies of all time is Galaxy Quest. And like I had no idea that Galaxy Quest was a parody of Star Trek. No, I just thought it was like its own thing. I just really, really, really love Galaxy Quest. And then one time I was at a con with one of my best friends, and he says, like, wait a second, Romina, you've never seen Star Trek? I was like, no. I mean, like, I've always wanted to, but like I never got around to it. And he's like, what? But you love Galaxy Quest so much. And I was like, so? And he's like Galaxy Quest is basically a Star Trek movie. And I was like, what? So really like just doing that, I was like, oh man, well I can't do that. That's so like, that's, you know, that's bad. That's like, you know, it just felt like I felt like an imposter, you know, just being like, oh yeah, I love Galaxy Quest and I'm a huge geek, and then like never having like seen any like Star Trek. So I made a spreadsheet which with every single piece of content that there is in Star Trek, all the movies, all the TV shows, and I'm going down that list. I'm marking it, checking it twice.
Now, how far along are you in your quest?
So I'm gonna look it up right now.
Well, they pull up the spreadsheet.
I'm gonna pull up the spreadsheet. So the thing about it is that there is a lot of content.
Oh yeah.
And so in my spreadsheet, I actually wrote out how. Oh wait, I can share my screen.
Yes, you can.
Hold on. Screen sharing is easiest with two monitors. What does that mean? All right, I don't need that. Select window or screen. No, entire screen. Let's just do that. That's easier. Okay, I'm doing the thing. I think.
Doing the thing.
Oh wait, I gotta permissions. It's asking me for permission to do things. Okay. Oh man, I can't do it because Firefox doesn't have permissions.
Yeah, probably something in the Firefox settings somewhere.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
It's good. Okay. All right.
Oh wait,
Ooh,
whoa.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys can see that, this is my spreadsheet. So I'll just zoom in here. So you can see here, it's got, you know, when it starts, when it ends, how many episodes there are, the running time for each episode, the total time, and then I have marked what I've seen. So I'm actually currently on Deep Space Nine Season 3. I'm on like episode 4 or something like that. But if we go all the way to the bottom here, it says how much time it takes, which is 23 days. So these are full 24-hour, 23 days, 20 hours and 46 minutes. And I have 14 days left for watching. This is 24-hour, 14 days.
Wow.
And I have watched 9 days. 9 24-hour days.
Holy Lord, you have consumed a lot of Star Trek content.
Yeah, in 17 hours. So this is all very much like, it's just a little thing. Like I can just mark, yes, I've seen it. And it's all, I'm watching it in chronological order, which is very important for me. So that's why it's all like, you'll see like the seasons are broken up by like the movies and stuff, because some movies came out like while series were still on air and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically it for the spreadsheet. And that's my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to be scared or impressed or both.
I mean, you can be both.
Or both. Like I find it fascinating that you have an entire spreadsheet devoted to that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to make a video about it, but again, like I can't just do that on my main channel because
YouTube, yeah.
like they're gonna be like, wait a second, what? You're supposed to be like a stupid
Right.
travel vlogger. What are you doing watching Star Trek? But I don't know. I mean, I'd like to make a video about it because I do want to share the spreadsheet with other people who might be interested in doing the same thing. And also because like this is an endeavor. Like I started watching in December 2017. That's when I started watching. And I've been watching almost every day.
Every day?
Almost
Wow.
every day I've been watching. Like I'll watch, maybe I'll watch like 20 minutes. Like if an episode is 40 minutes or an hour long or something like that, I might not watch the whole thing. But yeah, it depends on like what I'm doing. But almost every day, like I'll watch something.
That is the dedication to what you are trying to do is just beyond impressive. You are
if I
legit.
don't do it like that, it'll never get done.
No
It'll
doubt.
never get done.
Now, I'm curious. I know you're on your Star Trek journey here, but what are your thoughts on Star Wars? Have you seen any of the Star Wars movies or shows or whatever?
Yeah, so fun fact, I actually used to be a Star Wars fan, like super heavy into Star Wars.
Used to be, dun dun dun.
But then I discovered Star Trek.
Okay, so is Star Trek the reason why you're no longer a Star Wars fan, or was it something in the lore that you didn't care for, or what?
No, I mean I'm still a Star Wars fan. Like I'm watching The Mandalorian and I love it.
Oh, Baby Yoda, baby.
Baby Yoda, baby, yeah.
Baby Yoda, all the things.
But I guess what I don't like about the Star Wars fan base is like I'm a bigger fan than you are. And, like I experienced that like all of the time. Like everywhere I went, it was always like, oh, I love Star Wars. And it's like, oh, well, do you remember like this one time when like this X-Wing and like this thing and like blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, well, what do you think about like, the Death Star, like, blah, blah. And I'm just like, can I just like the thing? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to have like, I don't want to out fan anybody, I just want to enjoy and just like be a geek, and on the flip side, and I'm sure there's people like that in like the Star Trek fan base, but I haven't experienced it. Like every time I've gone to any Star Trek event, like, and anytime that I bring up Star Trek, everyone's just like, oh man, like, what do you love? Like, blah, blah, blah. And like, everyone is just so nice about it. And I'm just like, oh, this is like a welcoming community. And I'm sure like, that's just like, I've just had a good experience. But like that was something that just always like turned me off on Star Wars, especially now that like Disney took over and there's so much more content and there's all of these movies and like side stories and all this stuff. So everybody's like consuming it and has like all these other things. And it's like, oh, is this canon? Is this not canon? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care if it's canon or not. If it's a good story and if it's got the characters I love, then I'm going to enjoy it, But I guess that's just how I consume content. So whenever I like, I don't know, like it kind of intimidates me, the fact that there's so much like Star Wars like side content now.
Yeah.
And then like on top of that, like there's all these books and like there's just a lot, to it. And a lot of people try to like out fan you and I just don't like that, so I do enjoy it. I'm just not as outward about it because I don't know why, but for whatever reason, like every time that I used to bring up that I was like obsessed with Star Wars, it was always like, let me out geek you. Just like,
yeah, people
I don't
are
know,
weird
man.
that
Like
way.
I like Yoda. Like he's cute and he's funny. Like stop making it like a big deal,
Yeah, do not. There's no chai. Speaking of The Mandalorian, are you caught up with this week's episode or have you not seen it yet?
Oh yes, I mean I watched it during breakfast this morning. I watched it.
All right, so I don't want to. I mean, I do a whole live stream to recap this, so I don't want to get into it too much now. But I will briefly talk about this. I don't know if you agree with me, but I kind of feel like after the first 2 episodes that we will have a central plot line that extended throughout the entire 8 episodes. Right. But after 6 episodes in, we are not getting any of that. Right. Every episode is its own individual story, and there's very little to no continuity between episodes. Is it me, or are you feeling that same way, or what's going on?
Yeah. The overall arc seems to be moving extremely slow, like a molasses pace.
Yes.
it just kind of feels like there's not an overall story that's driving the entire series.
Exactly.
But every individual episode is entertaining and it's fun and it's kind of just like, for me, it's perfect. I'm watching it, when I have breakfast or when I get a chance, throughout the day, like I'll watch it. Plus, like we're all watching because of Baby Yoda, like let's be honest.
They're really trying to like just not let Baby Yoda take over, but he's already taken over. It's too late, Disney. It's too late.
I'm just like, I want the Baby Yoda animated series. I want that to happen. I want a series where we just go through all of Baby Yoda's adventures. And I think that would be really fun. But of course they can't release that now because then everybody would stop watching The Mandalorian.
Shots fired. But
someone asked the question, who is your favorite character in Star Wars? And my favorite character is General Grievous. So General Grievous, if you has anybody who's watching right now, have you guys seen the Clone Wars, the animated series? And Viper, that question goes for you too.
I have not.
Okay, you should watch it because it's good. It's good. It's got some really great stories and it's fun. It's entertaining. And like the animation is cool because it's different. Like the style of it is different. So it doesn't really feel like a cartoon. Like it's cool. And it really goes into General Grievous and like his whole like backstory, like as far as like him, watching him like be a general and just like how brutal he is and everything. He's definitely one of the cooler ones and like the cooler villains, I feel like. But one of his backstories in like one of the books is in one of the books it goes into his backstory, and General Grievous is a cyborg. So his species was like wiped out like from some genocide like on his planet, and like he was like in love with like this other girl, like, and his mate like was murdered, and so like the only part that's organic in General Grievous's body is his heart. Like it goes through this whole story. Like you can look it up. It's more complicated and more poetic than I just like summed it up.
Wow.
But I think that's really cool. Like the fact that like his only thing that's like organic is his heart. But I don't know. I just like the way that he looks. I think is cool. The fact that he's like pulls out like all of his arms and he's like a praying mantis, like holding on to those lightsabers. Like that's really cool. But yeah, I think definitely you guys should watch the Clone Wars because it really goes into it. You have to give it a few episodes though, but it really goes into General Grievous and he becomes like a very central character in that.
Interesting. General Grievous. Okay. I think if I had to pick a favorite character, I would probably pick Darth Vader because Darth Vader is just so cool. But that's the popular answer, I guess. So, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Darth Vader is a pretty interesting character. I mean, he goes through so many different transitions, and his story arc is probably the most in depth out of all of them. I feel like in like the entire franchise, like
yeah,
just like everything he goes through, and starting off, as this kid and going through everything that he went through and then becoming like a super powerful entity in the Empire is like, that's like in the whole universe, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
No wonder he friggin' fried his brain,
Yeah, he, like you said, he definitely have gone through undergone major transitions in his character, no doubt. It was just interesting watching the episode 1 through 3, seeing his origin story and how he came to be, and then the regular movies like 4, 5, and 6, and how he became Darth Vader. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting stuff. So, your Create IRL, that could be like an annual thing now?
Yeah. That's the plan.
Cool. And I'm guessing the first one went off pretty well.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was all very kind of last minute, but something that I had been thinking about for a long time. So it kind of just built up to that, overnight planning, I guess, after years of having it in the back of my mind. But yeah, I mean, I would say that it went really well, and like a lot of people have told me, hey, like this is really cool that you're doing this because you're bringing people together, and I definitely want to be able to expand that into other chapters. And people have expressed interest for that as well. Because like not only is it an annual thing, but we also do like monthly stuff. And I'm doing it remotely now, like I'm organizing it still. And there's an event happening next week. So this is something that will definitely expand to different cities as far as like the monthly or like stuff that happens throughout the year.
Right.
Because I definitely like a lot of people are like, hey, like it's so hard like finding your community and all that stuff, and I'm like, but they're right there, like they're there, they're waiting for you.
So
yeah.
okay. So this whole thing came about off because of Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So can you please explain to people out there just how valuable and how amazing Twitter is and can be?
All of the above. Yeah, it's honestly like I've gotten jobs out of Twitter. I've gotten, client work from Twitter. I've met people from Twitter. I've gotten my first public speaking gig that I did this year, which was in New York in 368, in Casey Neistat's 368, was because of Twitter. Because I tweeted out, hey, I want to start doing more public speaking next year. And then like a week later, I was messaged, hey, do you want to speak at 368? So that, I mean, that kind of thing happened because of Twitter. And I think that I feel like going into Twitter, it's not about promoting yourself, promoting your product or your brand, but Twitter is more of a place for finding your community. It's a place for finding people to collaborate with, to network, and to grow with. And I think that if you kind of go into the platform with that mindset, you'll find that it'll be a lot more fruitful.
I agree. Twitter is an amazing tool for networking. And like you said, it's not necessarily about promoting yourself. It's about getting involved in other people's communities and chats and maybe cultivating and creating your own out of that. Because I think I tweeted out something a few days ago about meeting contacts and things like that in the tech space off of Twitter. But when I originally interact with them, I just follow them. I just lurk on their profile for a while. I lurk them. I don't really try to reach out immediately and ask for this, that, and the other. I engage in their tweets and their discussions. I follow them. I see what who they're talking to. I see what they're talking about. And then I just go from there. And Twitter is just an amazing platform just to build those connections and network with people. And I don't think people understand the full breadth of Twitter. Twitter is like gold for creators. Like if you are a creator and you're not utilizing Twitter, you are sleeping at the wheel. Wake up. Twitter is it.
Yeah. Also, just to add on to that, if it isn't just networking or like interacting with people who are in your industry, like maybe people you would want to collab with, if you don't interact with those people, interact with people who might be your audience or your target, your target customers. And not in a way that you will be promoting to them, but in a sense of like for instance, if I'm interested in Star Trek and was doing like a podcast about Star Trek, then I can totally jump into conversations with people who are fans of Star Trek.
You could.
And they don't have to be people who have their own podcasts or YouTube channels about Star Trek,
Yep.
Like they're just people people, just regular people who don't do content creation, but they consume the content. And like by interacting with them and then being like, oh, if you look at my profile, like it says, hey, I'm the host of, the Star Trek podcast. People are going to be like, oh man, that's so cool. Like this girl, she's like talking about Star Trek and now she's like, she got a podcast now. This is great. And they're going to listen. Right. So I don't know. That's kind of like, this is also something else too. Cause it's not just about, the people that you work with, but the people that you work for too.
There you go. I think somebody in the chat was asking you so far, who is your favorite Star Trek character? The deep sigh.
Okay.
We're gonna need a minute. We're gonna need a minute, people. We're gonna need a minute.
Oh man. Well, in the original series, I'm gonna say it's Spock, which is whatever. I mean, I feel like that's everybody's favorite character. But in TNG, I would have to say it's Data, who is kind of Spock's replacement.
So she is a big fan of the Vulcan.
Sir Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard. Also a really, really great character that I love a lot. I would say, I guess Data is probably like my top favorite character. And then right now I'm watching DS9 and I'm still trying to figure out who my favorite character is. I think it might be Odo, who's like the head of security. I think he's probably my favorite one so far, but I don't know. Like I'm still trying to it's a very different series from what we've, been watching before. Because Deep Space Nine, like they changed the setting of it and just like it's a little bit different. So it took a little while to start getting used to it. But El Jefe missed the spreadsheet. Sorry, you're going to have to wait out for the video that will come maybe 8 years from now. Who knows?
Yeah, I think one of the actors that played in Deep Space Nine just died recently, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so that's actually Odo.
Okay, that's why the name rang a bell. Okay.
Yeah. So the actor who played Odo just passed away. Yeah. That happened like 3 days ago, I think.
Yes, very, very recently. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we have some Trekkie fans in the tech space. El Jefe is a big Trek fan. I know Michael Fisher, Mr. Mobile, is a big Star Trek fan.
I can see that.
I think even Flossie Carter's a big Star Trek fan, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they all love Star Trek.
Are we gonna get you into Star Trek, Viper?
Not really, not my thing, but I did watch
What's happening, man? What have you seen?
I did see the recent movie with what's the dude's name? Oh, Chris Pine, and those were good. I enjoyed those. Those were pretty good. I'm probably more of a Star Wars fan, even though I'm not really into the lore like most nerds are. I'm not that deep. I just enjoy watching them. And like I enjoyed the Star Wars movies. I'm enjoying The Mandalorian right now, even though it doesn't have a central plot line. But I digress. Yeah.
Right.
I swear, The Mandalorian reminds me of Star Wars MacGyver, dude. It's like this dude is going from town to town, getting into new adventures every week. Like there's no damn central plot line. It's irking me a little bit.
Yeah, I think what I wish that they hadn't set it up to make it seem like there would be one.
Exactly.
Because if they were just like, hey, this is just the adventures of,
really, literally, the show should be renamed The Adventures of the Mandalorian.
Right, where it's just, every episode is just a standalone thing and it's just kind of fun to watch and whatever. But don't worry, that's going to happen with the Baby Yoda animated series. That's what's going to happen. So
you are really holding out hope for this Baby Yoda animated series.
It's coming, man. I mean, it's Disney. If you think it's not going to happen, You got another thing coming.
They'd be kind of dumb if they didn't capitalize on Baby
Well,
Yoda.
I mean, they are kind of dumb a little bit
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they came out with this thing and obviously was very cute.
And they're
Yet,
wasting it.
where's the merchandise?
And where is the spotlight in the damn series instead of having them look cute? Can we have them do something, please? Don't get me started. I got a whole rant planned about this, so I'm not gonna get started right now. But man, it's ridiculous. Oh man, oh my god. So what else can we talk about, Romina? I don't know. We run the gamut tonight. We've been here 3 hours. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do enjoy talking to you, though.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll convert you to a Star Trek fan, but
good luck with that.
I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. Every live stream, I'm just gonna keep bringing it up, and you're gonna be like, "Ooh, that sounds interesting. I should watch it."
Let's see. Oh hell! I mean, not hell, but Trenton seems to think that the Mandalorian is gonna last a while. I mean, it probably will. I mean, it's Star Wars and Disney. They'll make it work.
Yeah, I figure they'll just keep doing it as long as people keep watching it. But I don't know, like the shelf life, it just doesn't seem like doesn't seem like something that's just gonna last, for eons.
Okay, so what I will say is that if they keep doing it the way they're doing it now, it's gonna have a very short shelf life. But if they do what we thought they would set out to do originally and have a central plot line spread throughout an entire series of episodes, then you have my attention. That's why Game of Thrones was so successful, because the whole series of that show was following a central plot line. It wasn't every episode was its own individual entity. And this is the issue that I have right now with The Mandalorian, is that every episode is its own individual standalone entity, and it does nothing to advance the plot line that would begin in the first 2 episodes with him busting Baby Yoda out of that detention center and the guild pretty much trying to wake them and hunting him. Like, he's supposed to be being hunted by the guild, but we've heard nothing from the guild from episode 2. Like, where's the guild? Like, what, did they just disappear? Did they stop hunting him? Like, really?
Right.
I mean, he broke the code. I mean, you would think the whole guild would be after him, but nothing. But like I said, I'll digress. I'm going to rant on that later on.
Yeah, the suspension is kind of just worn out at this point, and I'm just hoping to see more Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Doing more cute things that are memeable.
Yeah, which they're wasting. They're wasting Baby Yoda, which is really pissing me off. But super.
Don't worry, man. The animated series is happening.
Romina for President 2020. Baby Yoda animated 3. Make it happen.
That will be my first.
That's right. Your first after president. Make Baby Yoda happen, or put him on your ticket. I mean, you put Baby Yoda on your ticket. That's an automatic win. Nobody's stopping you. World domination right there.
You're making me rethink my entire career.
World domination right there. Well, I know you are busy, Lady Romina. I think we shall end it here. What do you think?
Yes, I am good with that. We can end it on a high note, not overextend our stay, even though it's been like 5 hours. But
It's been 3. What are you talking about? 5?
I mean,
are you in Star Trek hours? Are you in Star Trek time right now?
I'm in Star Trek time right now.
Did you just know what they call a hyper jump or whatever the hell they call it? I don't even know what they call it in Star Trek land. I don't even know.
A hyper jump?
Well, that's what they call it in Star Wars or something like that. Light jump. I don't know. They do something similar, I think. They do light jump or a hyper jump. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. But thank you guys for watching the live stream tonight. For all of y'all that super chatted as well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. To all the ladies that have joined me the past 2 weeks on the stream, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Love watching your content. Love seeing you create big things in the world. Romina, thank you for hanging out, being the last woman standing tonight. And one of these days, I'm about to have you as a guest on my podcast. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be. I don't know. I'm have to figure that out because I mean, obviously it's a tech podcast, but we can work it out. We'll work it out.
All right.
I have to get you on that.
We can talk about tech. We can talk about my laptop.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. What you know? What? Oh, warp jump. Oh, I did. Listen, man. I don't watch Star Trek like you nerds do. I don't do it. I'm a Star Wars person.
Oh, okay. All right.
Talk about you. Don't know. I'm messing with them. But anyway, you all enjoy your Friday evening. I will probably be back sometime this weekend because I needed to record a podcast before Monday. So I will be back. Anyway, this is your boy Viper, the man about tech, and that is Romina. You can what do you want to say, Romina?
That's a wrap.
That is, oh God, I got to teach you how to do an outro. I got to teach you how to do an outro, man.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, that's right. She's always like, bye.
Can you do that, Vibe?
No,
Can you do?
I
the
can't. I
Vibe
can't.
thing?
A little bit actually. A little bit,
Oh,
maybe.
look at that! Look at that!
Oh my God,
Yeah.
this is so weird. So weird right now.
I hope everybody's taking screenshots right now. I'm gonna post this on Twitter.
Meme.
Exposed.
Me. Oh my God. Y'all know what? You know where to find us. So come back for more. Oh man, what an outro.